The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. He's a macho savage. You're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the you Gandon Giant come on. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done. It's like using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Flunever Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday night, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the World Undertaking, the Road Warriors. What you gonna do? If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking?
What do I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio? You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
It is times like these that the world needs heroes and entertainment, and with that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone to show us the ways of good taking on evil, and someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Trash's maid, also known as Trish, Trash's bass, known as Ashley, and Trash's roadie known as Willow. They will fight crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol Chrissy Mike Trash. You may all be seated. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol Chrissy Mike Trash. You may all be seated.
Double sound now, and if it is, then I got to change one other thing. So how does it sound now? Does it sound like it needs it again? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Is it double now? Is it double or isn't it? Did she say it is or isn't? Did she say?
Nothing yet.
Oh, come on.
Okay, it stopped.
It stopped. Okay, good. I found the error with that. Okay, so this time we have everything working, and guess what? It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
It's just the two of us. We can
Old
make
school,
it if we
baby.
try. Yeah, back to our roots. Oh, here's another reason why it could also double. I got to make sure that's off. Okay, that's off. And
Jessie Joe says she can't hear us.
well,
Remember, there's a delay.
I don't know why she can't hear us. We're talking. I'm talking. You're talking.
Yeah. We're Trash Talking Radio.
Yeah, well, I went and I worked on the system and figured out what the issue was before, and I got that resolved. Now I see that, oh, wait, let me see here, where our volumes aren't very loud. Hold on. Let's see. How's it now? Does it sound better? Does it sound worse? I mean, you can hear me.
I think it sounds better.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the issue was, I'm still fixing things because for some reason they decided they weren't going
Tweaking
to work.
sounds better.
Yeah, that's it. I was tweaking things. Anyway, see, when I say anyway, I distort, and I don't know why it does that. Anyway. Yeah, that distorts when I do that. But the red light's on. It shouldn't be on.
Ann says it's perfect.
Okay, well then we're not going to tweak it anymore because it's working.
It may squeal if you do.
Yeah, that too. So, all right, welcome back, and this time we're only 2 people because of various issues. I don't know if I got all the shares done. Let's see here. I forget where I left off. Where's the share? There it is. There's the share button.
Yeah, we tried having Bear here again, and nope, not quite yet.
We didn't try that. You tried that, and
We, as in him and I.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Mike will not, or Cirillo will not be with us tonight.
Hey, you know something? I planned this all out.
I guess you did. Yeah.
Because I still haven't gotten a ride in Diva.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
Well, you could have just asked for a ride. You know.
Well, tonight I did.
Yeah. So, okay, I don't think I did. Okay, I got one more to go, I think. That one. I should have gotten all the things put where they're supposed to be. And let me just make sure that I have none more to give. Let's see, share to a page, and, okay, I put it there too. All right. Okay. Wow, we got lots of stuff to do. We got lots of stuff, and we'll get through it all.
Good.
And you're actually talking. That's amazing.
Well, I've always
You've been quiet the past couple weeks. I couldn't have gotten anything out of you if I poked you with a stick.
You might have gotten hit for that, but okay.
No, when you were over there, I could have poked you with a long stick. All right. All right. We'll get into that. We'll start talking with. Let's start with the RIPs. Somebody is really close to getting a point.
Yes, I know, and I hate her
irritates me
for
because
it.
It was stolen from me.
I hate her for it.
You don't hate her as much as I hate her because she stole it from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was checking that out because I was going to change if nobody had it.
Well, I'm not happy about it because I didn't really...
Hey, he could hang on for the rest of the year.
Well, he better hang on and let one of my younger guys die first. Or we should have extra points for the first kill. But I don't want to do that now. I want to do that.
Yeah. Especially if she's that close.
Yeah, well, she needs extra points if she's only going to get, 12 points? Because he's 98 or whatever. I think it was 110 minus, right? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I got to ask the board. I think that's what it was. Anyway.
Yeah, it was 110.
Yeah. So.
Because I was like, why 110? Why that random
Well, because
number?
There's 100. I mean, if there are 106.
Yeah.
Then you owe a point if it was 100, or you owe a couple points. I could do that too, because there was somebody that was over 100, 101. I think somebody was 101 on our list. You're sore and fell.
That's because Jessie Jo fell on Saturday and asked her if she was okay.
Oh, that's bad.
But we're glad she's here.
I'm glad she didn't break anything.
No, she's had a rough weekend because her aunt's services were Saturday.
I can understand that. I totally understand that. This is the picture of the week, and I wish it would have been a little better picture because there were 5 deer that were crossing, and I got the last one. Not God as in hit him, but God as in a
picture.
That's by the time I got my camera ready, but that was on the way home, and we've been playing this game. You gotta get. I let her guess how many deer we're going to see on the way home.
Oh, nice.
And so far, I have not won. So.
Where were you going that you're counting deer on the way home?
It doesn't matter where we go because these are all around our area. So.
Well, luckily, I haven't seen any down home yet.
Well, you won't see any there.
Yes, you will.
Not that many.
You'd be surprised. Starting up the hill right after the split, there's that little bit of an open area. Yeah, they've been in there.
I forgot to do one thing. I want to copy the link
Hi, Mary. Tequila.
and paste the link. And that way, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? It's down here somewhere. Oh, here it is. There we go. Hold on, I can put it there. Come on. No, I don't want to put. Yeah, well.
Slow.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I didn't boot the system. I should have booted the system. Okay, where is the place I want to put it? Should be down here. There we go. All right. That way, if Marcia or Christina want to enter the chat room, they'll have the information.
Yay!
All right. And usually we get a visit from her anyway. So, all right. Now we're ready to go. All right. We got floating things in the chat room. Look out, look out, look out, look out.
You know those are from Jesse Joe.
So, we can't do that, can we? Because
What?
if I put this up there, it'll echo it, won't it?
I don't
Let's
know.
find out.
You're the tech
I'm kind
genius.
of curious at whether or not it echoes, but I think it will. I think it will echo. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna see if it does or not.
Here we go, tweaking again.
No, I know I shouldn't do this. This is wrong, but
But you know, tweaking's better than tweaking again.
no, I know I shouldn't do this. This is wrong, but
But you know, tweaking's better
no,
than tweaking again.
I know I shouldn't do this. This is wrong, but
But you know, tweaking's better than tweaking again.
no, I know I shouldn't do this. This is wrong, but
But you know, tweaking's better than tweaking again.
no, I know I shouldn't do this. This is wrong, but
But you know, tweaking's better than tweaking again.
darn it! I want to be able to capture. I guess we could just, if I just captured the inside, it might work.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna have to play with that because I'd like. Who sent me a message there? Who's that? How are you, brother? Who's Russell Conaway?
I don't know.
I don't know that I know him either.
You must have talked to him before.
I must have. I guess,
Let me do some investigating. I'll find out who it is. Hold on. You know, we have that benefit show coming up too.
Yes, I do. It'll be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let Russell join us if he would like.
Of course.
But, I really got to do my show. Can't be chit-chatting. All right. Anyway, so here we go.
Maybe that's what Colton changed his name to.
Yeah. I have not heard. Well, I don't think I've heard from him for a while. I think he's given up on me. Anyway, find the dates of that show, and if you have the card, we'll find that.
I
too.
do.
We'll do
Hold
that.
on.
We got lots of stuff to talk
Oh,
about. So.
he's a wrestler.
Is he?
Yeah.
Where's he from? What state?
It says pro wrestler at West Florida Pro Wrestling.
How does he know me?
I don't know.
I never worked in Florida. I went as far
No?
as Georgia. Unless he was starting.
Studied at University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Okay. I don't know. Hey, Cyrilla's in the chat room.
Okay.
I guess we don't need to do roll call since it's obvious that you and I are the only ones here.
And he's in the chat room.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where am I going? Okay. So let's start with the deaths. Let's get them out of the way. Shall we? Okay. This guy I didn't know, and I know a lot about wrestlers, but I did not remember this guy. Wrestling legend Billy Two Rivers. I do not remember him, and I feel like I should know him, but because he was 87, I feel like
Yeah,
I
I
should
think
know
he
him.
was like the older, I want to say the older generation. I don't remember him either.
Well, if you consider that chances are he was big in the 70s and 80s,
Yeah.
I should know who he was. But I really don't know who he is, and unless he wrestled under another name. So I really am not sure. Oh, no, I got screwed. I lost him again. All right, go back here. So I'm not really sure that I remembered him, at least not by that name. So if he was another name, that's a possibility. I'm going to read his stuff right now to find out if, indeed, I knew who he was. Because I don't really remember him. Am I Little Mike? Am I Little Mike?
No, you're
Why
Big
doesn't
Mike.
she hi to me? Okay. What's
3, 2, 1.
For the first time ever, 7 art.
Okay, let's see if it says Billy Rivers, Billy Two Rivers, not One River. I knew Billy One River. I didn't know Billy Two Rivers. Billy Rivers, Billy Two Rivers, a professional wrestler from Canada. I can't. This is going to get real good. I can't even speak at the beginning of the show. Died on Sunday. He was 87. The cause of death was not announced. I would think it would be old age, but you never know. Let's see if he was under any other name. Looks old. No, that's not. I mean, he wasn't Chief J. Strongbow because we know that.
Oh, she just said hi, Big Mike. So there, you got your hello from Jessie Joe.
I'm glad. I really look forward to that every week because she's one of my favorites. Let's see here. He won the Grand Prix Wrestling Tag Team Championship. I don't think we knew him. I really am sure we didn't know him. Okay. Yeah, he was a guy that wrestled during the time when I was watching it when I was younger, but I don't think he worked in areas that we watched. So anyway, for those of you that are Billy Two Rivers fans, he's dead. Then we got Tim McCarver. He was, how old was he?
There was some connection.
81. Tim McCarver was an MLB announcer.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't know much about him because I don't watch baseball.
But I expected Cirillo to be here.
Well, he's not. He was.
He was, but then, yeah.
He was
he got stuck dog
duty.
sitting.
Dog duty. Let's see. It says Tim McCarver reinvigorated career of Mets legend Ralph Kiner. And it says he was one of the best baseball analysts. If we had Nietzsche here, he could tell us all about him, but he's not here. So
I miss Nietzsche.
Hey, the problem is he doesn't miss us. Then we have, I guess the last two. Okay, then we got this one, which I remember as a kid. She was hot. She was hot. She was older, too. 82. Freaking 82.
Mm-hmm.
I want to think of her at 40.
Well, then go ahead.
Half her age. Or 41, half her age. But, yeah, she, everybody knew who she was at that point. She was born Jo Raquel Tejada. Tejada.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try it.
She won a contract when she was in '66. She won a contract with 20th Century Fox. They lent the contract to the British studio Hammer Film Productions, for whom she made 1 Million Years BC. That was a horrible movie. Wasn't that the one with shoot? No, it wasn't the one. I'm thinking it was. There was one that had Ringo Starr.
Ooh.
It was a horrible movie, really horrible movie, but I watched it.
You said Ringo Starr?
Ringo Starr did a
with Raquel Welch?
No, I was thinking it was with her, but it must have been another. It was with his wife. That's who it was. That's what it was. But it was a movie like that where it was. I think it was an old. Oh shoot! What was it? Barbara Bach. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did a movie. It was a movie about. I think it was a movie in that same era, and I can't remember the name of it. But first thing I thought of was that. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, that was me.
I was like,
that's the information you wanted on the card.
All right. But yeah, it was just kind of funny. There's Christina Harding.
Hi, Christina.
No, not Christina.
Christina. Okay.
Christine.
I was trying to see if...
All right.
Okay.
I don't know if I didn't see if she was in the chat room. I just...
No, you were looking at the name of the movie.
It was one of his early ones. It was one with...
This was under her.
Oh, under her. If I see it out. The name of the movie was...
The Black Belly of the Tarantula? Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
But it was a horrible movie. It was one of those that, he's a star. Let's give him a movie type thing. And it was horrible. But it was something about it was around that era where it was an old movie with dinosaurs, I think. And I can't remember what it was called. It was not that. Or was it? No, that wasn't it.
No.
Oh, that's filmography. Go down further to movies.
Oh, okay.
It's further down. Oh, maybe it isn't. Maybe she only has one set of movies.
Mm-hmm.
But she was pretty hot in her day. Probably still hot for a woman.
Yeah, because she's 75.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, you just put movies that Ringo Starr were in, and you'll probably find it quicker.
Well, I'm on his Wikipedia now. Come on.
There's a lot.
All this music.
You'd think he was a musician or something.
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 Okay, film career. This doesn't help.
Yes, it is. He only had a Caveman. That's what
Okay.
it was. It was a horrible movie. Yes, Dad loved Raquel. Who doesn't? I mean, even now, I'm sure I would still have... Well, I wouldn't like her now because she's dead. But, I mean, even before she died. All right. So, she... Jo Raquel Welch. Tejada. Tejada was her name. Well, I guess her name is Jo Raquel Tejada. She was born in Chicago, Illinois. She was the first child of Armando Carlos Tejada Urquizo.
What language is that?
I'm thinking that it was Spanish. Armando was probably Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway. But she was the hottest thing out there at the time. So, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, she was hot even looking at these pictures. Even in her later years, she was pretty good. There she is at 1985. Well, I guess she was still young. Anyway, all right. So she died, and then lastly, but not leastly, was your buddy.
Yeah.
Richard Belzer. He was a great comedian. Did you ever hear his comedy?
Mm-hmm.
He was a great comedian. I was surprised when he ended up in acting because, that was a serious role, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird to see him in a serious role. But hey,
he was good at what he did.
Yeah, he looks like Kermit the Frog. He could have been a live Kermit the Frog.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, Kirby.
I guess that's why they gave him the character name Munch.
I don't know. I've never watched him. So I watched his stand-up, but I never really watched. And Groove Tube, I watched that. That was the Groove Tube was. Did you ever see the Groove Tube?
Mm-mm.
A really bizarre movie when we were kids. I saw it at the drive-ins. They had a drive-in that had.
They actually had drive-ins when you were a kid?
I wish they had them today. I mean,
Yeah.
They do, I guess, technically. But back when I was a kid, they had one over at the East Mall, over next to the East Mall, where the Etna is now.
Oh, okay.
That used to be all drive-in. And then they had a drive-in over by the, where the Carnes is in Harrisburg? The Carnes down by where you used to work.
Okay.
That was a drive-in.
Oh, okay.
And
out in Hershey?
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
Carnes, over by where you used to work, over by the Sheets where you used to work, over by...
out that way.
Yeah.
Okay, out in...
Allentown Boulevard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that Carnes and all that used to be a drive-in.
Oh, wow.
And that was like my favorite drive-in.
The 24-hour
Yeah.
CVS one.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a drive-in for many, many years. And So we had two of them just in Harrisburg. And then there's the one that's still in Dillsburg is still open. I think it's still open.
I believe so.
And the one in Cumberland Drive-In is still open, I believe. So the Harswood is gonna it's iffy depending what happens over the next couple of years, because they've been trying to sell it off. So since the father or the grandfather died, they've been going back and forth on whether or not they're going to sell it.
Well, the one thing, like Cirillo pointed out, the one thing about Richard Belzer is that he was Henry Winkler's cousin.
Yeah, that was kind of that. You said that before the show, and I thought that's kind of odd. I never would have known that.
I wouldn't either.
But I guess you can see it in the smile and stuff.
But I remember the episode where Henry Winkler was on Law and Order SVU.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yes, he was the one. He was portraying a very wealthy businessman, and he was the one that ended up killing his wife.
Okay.
You'd have to watch it. It was really good. He really did a good job in that one. But it's like, okay, then I was trying to think, well, if he did that, then why didn't Richard Belzer be in Happy Days? And I don't remember an episode like that, and I couldn't find any.
Happy Days ended a long time ago, too, so it was back when Belzer was probably doing stand-up more than anything. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Actually, did you probably, you don't get HBO. The stuff that Winkler has done since Happy Days, he is in a show called Barry.
Okay.
Where he's playing an acting coach.
I remember watching that with you up here.
Okay. Well, that was kind of funny to watch him play that, because he didn't play that,
Right, the cool.
He played the wimpy guy. And actually, if you never saw it, you got to see the One and Only, the movie One and Only.
Okay.
He played a wrestler. He played a pro wrestler, and that was one of my favorite movies. Why am I talking about Fonzie? I should be talking about him. My only image of him is doing stand-up, because I never really watched SVU.
Well, he was kind of like on a lot of Law and Orders. He was on Homicide. He created that character, and to see anybody else in that character, it just didn't fit. He is the one and only Munch.
Okay.
And when they did his episode where he was leaving, I mean, a lot of people, I even cried, because his character was so good. He was retiring and then going to be a special agent for, I believe, the governor or something like that.
On 22 and Mountain Road.
Yeah,
is where that's where
the drive-in.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I never really watched the show, but
he was serious, but I'm going to say there's where I got my Trish logic.
Oh boy, and he was successful, huh? Uh-huh. I didn't think that would.
Yeah, because he always looked at outside the box.
Okay, you don't look outside the box. Sorry. Sorry. You're always in the box, in the corner, trying to figure the corner out. You are not outside the box.
Sometimes.
My doggy's happy.
That the little brown chocolate drop left.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't have a problem with it.
No.
She has a problem with not being able to.
Good night, Jessie Joe. Hope you feel better. Love you.
See ya. Get some sleep. Go and get off. We can get to bed. I haven't been feeling good since Saturday. That's a long time to be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, so that's the end of the deaths. So,
Ian says he was sarcastic and also a conspiracy theorist on SVU. He was, and he wrote, I think, what was it, 5 books on the conspiracy of who killed JFK.
Oh.
So that was him.
He must have had a lot of conspiracy theories about that. He probably wrote the book on conspiracy theories on JFK. He probably made up every single one of them.
Yeah, see, Ann knows. She said the character was
awesome. I'm surprised that she knew that she knew about that, because she doesn't watch TV. So.
Yeah, I just love his character.
Oh man. All right, so that's the end of the deaths, and that's plenty of deaths, and nobody scored points. Now, there is a possibility that somebody's going to score points.
If she's not here, she can't claim them.
Well, she can, unfortunately. The board would let her keep them. I wouldn't, but the board would.
Yeah,
All
she
right.
brown-nosed the board.
Yeah, she stole my pick.
Uh-huh.
All right. How many people we got in there? Okay. I'm going to wait before I do that.
Oh, she said she had stopped watching a long time before he left.
Ah. The reason he left was you stopped watching.
Uh-huh.
That's the truth. So, okay. Why is that's really going crazy there?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. It's good I don't turn that on. That would cause all kinds of havoc. Yeah, I spent some time working with the system this week to try to make sure it doesn't happen again. So, all right, here we go. The stories for this week.
Are you going to go over Rambo's card?
Yes, I am
Okay.
going to. I'm going to do
Okay.
this first.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about WWE. Now, we're talking about... The WWE has been talking about selling. And they're selling to the highest bidder. And it looks like right now Saudi Arabia seems interested in buying WWE, but the asking price is too high. The company's worth between $4 and $6 billion. Okay?
Do you think that's maybe a gimmick?
Well, I don't know. What do you mean?
Like they're just saying, well, we are trying to sell it, or
No. I think Vince wants to stay in the business.
Right.
Vince doesn't want to sell at all, but he won't retire. And he was forced into retirement, and then after they finished fixing whatever it is that he supposedly did, which he did do, he came back and took over the company again because he has over 50% of the shares of the stock, so he can do whatever he wants. Anything he says he wants to do, the board is always going to win because he owns more stock than everybody
Right.
else. But I think he recognizes that, see, right now it's a public company. So
Okay.
the company could force him to do things, and he wants to sell it to somebody so he can stay in control of the creative.
Okay.
So he's really smart about this. However, I said the company's worth between $4 and $6 billion. He's asking $9. So if he gets $9, I'm sure he'll be happy to step out of the scene. The question is, who has $9 billion to just throw over to him?
One of those lottery winners.
Well, yeah, that would not be a good deal for anybody, because the thing is, so here's the crux of it. The company at this point generates easily $4 to $6 billion, could generate $9 billion. However, the reason it's doing so well is Peacock.
Okay.
Now, the relationship for Peacock is between Dick Ebersol, who is head of Peacock, and Vince McMahon.
Okay.
So if you sold this company, let's say they sold the company to me, okay, I paid $9 billion, or say I got a deal on it, I got it for $2 billion,
Okay.
or whatever. Well, then let's say Peacock says, bye. That isn't worth that much money anymore because
There's no place to put it.
Right. Before, when WWE had their WWE website and they were charging $9.99 a month to watch all the pay-per-views and everything, they were making money like crazy. Well, now on Peacock, if you have Peacock, you see all the pay-per-views. Now, in comparison, say Tony Khan owns AEW, okay? Tony Khan you know how much he wants for a pay-per-view?
How much?
It's like $50-$60.
Oh.
Now, would you pay that? And well, I won't. But I will. I like the AEW product, but if you're getting one product for $9.99 and the other product for $50,
Okay.
or even $40, or even $30, or even $20, if you're getting one, the better product is cheaper at $9.99. And actually, if you have Peacock, you don't even have to pay the $9.99. You pay whatever Peacock is, and they're starting to charge for everything, I think, across the board.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is really not a bad deal because most of my stuff that I watch is on Peacock anyway. And I like the fact that I'm getting it without commercials.
Yeah.
And now a couple companies are doing that because they see that it's been successful for Peacock. Eventually, and I predicted this a long time ago, eventually you're going to be able to buy what you want a la carte. You'll be able to buy, ABC. You can buy AMC, you can buy TBS, you can buy all those. You can bypass your cable company and buy them whatever you want. Just say, I want just internet. And then you go through and decide what you want.
I'm having too much fun with Roku.
Well, but you can do it through Roku, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I bought a couple more Rokus too, by the way, because I wanted extra controls, and I bought them used. So I got like 2 controllers and another box for like $20.
Nice.
I don't want the box. I just want the remote.
You don't want the box? I'll take it because I can put it downstairs.
Well, you can control your box with your phone too.
Mm-hmm.
And that works actually easier than the remote controls.
Yeah, because I've been really enjoying it, especially watching.
It was a great Christmas gift, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you never thought you'd see that.
Yeah, because it took me how long to get a Fire Stick?
And I told you this was better than a Fire Stick.
Uh-huh. Yep, exactly.
And actually, it's even better if you put a little micro SD card into the back of the Roku. It'll go faster.
Oh, nice.
So
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I just started doing that this week.
Okay.
I've had Rokus for a long time, and actually I never used them until the past 2 years. I thought, I didn't want to. My TiVos aren't work. The one TiVo's not working because when they were here last, and when they were supposed to fix something, they broke something. They broke my one TiVo by disconnecting it from the bedroom. So I put the Roku in there, and it took up the slack.
Yeah, you have too many systems. Sling,
Never.
TiVo.
No, the Sling is on the Roku.
Yeah, I know that now.
And you can get free Sling.
I do.
Okay. Just making sure. I didn't know if I ever told you about that.
Yep.
Or not. Anyway, here's the deal. Triple H is staying out of WWE sale and remaining tight-lipped on the matter, but interest in the company is reportedly high. Saudi Arabia is keen on acquiring WWE, but it's unclear whether they'll spend the $9 billion from the Public Investment Fund to make it happen. And it says here they want to buy WWE for more than business reasons, which might make them the most likely party to shell out that kind of money. He compared the situation to the company's Public Investment Fund financing, LIV Golf, I don't know what that is, and investing in soccer, which has led to accusations of sports washing. I don't know what that means. Let's see what sports washing is. I'm assuming that has to do, sounds kind of illegal. Let's see what sports washing is. Sports washing is defined as an attempt to distract from, minimize, or normalize wrongdoings through engagement in sports.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that. What's an example of sports watching? The 1934 FIFA World Cup held during the rule of Mussolini in Italy. Okay. So they used that to, okay. All right, that makes sense. All right, now I understand. Why is Saudi Arabia sports washing? One could argue that sports washing, understood as an image, as laundering as a part of the soft power industry. They want to use sports to launder its reputation to bolster political legitimacy. Okay. Not be associated with the brutal murder of Jamal Khashoggi. Khashoggi. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of...
So basically it's a distraction.
Yeah. Okay.
And it says similar situations. Acquiring WWE would help bolster the reputation of Saudi Arabia in the eyes of outsiders, as the country has been heavily criticized over human rights.
Do you think they're trying to do that because of what Vince did?
They're trying to use Vince's company to cover up things.
What he did, yeah. I'm
No.
thinking what he did.
No.
Oh, okay.
They're trying, that's why he's selling it, but they're trying to use his company to cover up things. That's why they want it. So basically, yeah. All right. So the other company involved that is interested is Tony Khan, the owner of AEW.
Mhm.
His dad is a billionaire for selling car parts. Who would have thought car parts would have been that good? But
Is his mom Shaka? Shaka Khan?
no. No. It's
You
not.
looked at me like, what?
Well, ironically, there is a Khan on the board of WWE, but no relative. Anyway, they do own several sports teams, and they own AEW. Tony Khan would like it because that would make him the world's largest wrestling company. However, I don't think he could do it. I think if he did it,
I think he better stick
would-
with just AEW for now.
You don't jump into the president's seat after only being a common person. You know, you gotta definitely know what you're doing. And I don't know.
Especially as big as WWE is.
It would be good if he kept, say, Triple H on for doing stuff and kept running the company, because Triple H is doing a good job of keeping the company on track of where they need to be. And so, but who knows? Triple H may start his own company when this is all said and done, because he doesn't have an advantage to hang around once Vince is out of the picture.
True.
And people would watch his product. I actually admire Triple H in the role of being in control, because he's more old school. I mean, one thing about Vince is Vince. Vince likes what Vince likes, and if you don't like what Vince likes, you're gone.
Right.
Triple H is old school. He's not as much of a sports entertainment guy as he is a wrestler. And Vince is sports entertainment and doesn't care about wrestling as much as he does about sports entertainment. Triple H is that nice in between. He's able to go either way and has done both. So I would rather have Triple H in control. So anyway, that's what that's about. All right. So now, since since this is a good point to talk about the other thing. So let me bring the other thing up. Gonna bring up your. This is a scammer that's been. This scammer's driving me crazy because she's trying to. I could talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that too. This is funny. As soon as I can get rid of the. It's not allowed. Okay, now. All right. So, I don't need him. I don't need him. I don't need him. I don't need him. He's a scammer too. I could talk about scams since I'm on this page. I've had a lot of people wanting to scam me lately.
I had one that I was listing Keith's mobile home for sale because the place that he thought he was going to get, it didn't go through.
See, I think,
because his mobile home that he's in now didn't go through.
I think you ought to.
No, there was he found out his realtor was a scam artist.
You ought to invite him to stay at your house and take care of your house. And
Believe
your dog
me,
for you.
I thought about it. I thought about it.
It would be
But
awesome.
he had asked me to help him relist it, so I listed it on Marketplace for him, and I had immediately a couple hits.
Oh, I bet.
And so I would screenshot it and say, hey, talk to Keith, this is his number.
Okay.
And the one lady's like, well, can you send me a 6-digit Google code? And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, you have to call him. And so I screenshotted where it said about the 6-digit code is a scammer. She goes, I'm not. I just want to make sure I'm dealing with the right person. And I'm like, forget it. Block.
I see the matches have changed a little bit since I saw it. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
March 18th, John Rambo fundraiser for the House of Pain official lineup for March 18th.
Are you sure you don't need my glasses?
It wouldn't help. I'd still say the wrong words.
Okay.
So we're going to have a pre-show meet and greet and raffle ticket sale from 4:30 to 5:30. The wrestling event is 6. And this is going to be at the... Where's it at? Where's the information? Is it on there? Hopefully it's down there in the bottom. Okay. This is going to be the Fearless Fire Company number 14. It's actually in Hellertown or something. Is it Hellertown?
I believe so.
Hey, I saw Mr. Excellence is going to be there.
Oh, nice. Let's see what the...
Hold on, I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, 1221 South Front Street in Allentown.
Okay, Allentown. Okay. So that is going to be fun. Here's a card so far. The Trios Tag Team match with Tom Celsius. Oh, okay. Tom Celsius, Jimmy Jack Cash, and Freak. Freak?
Freak.
The Freak?
The Freak.
Really? I haven't
Yep.
seen him in a long time.
I know.
He's not with her anymore, right?
No.
I didn't think so.
I think she passed away.
Yeah, I think that was, she passed away young.
Mm-hmm.
With Mastermind Keith Zimmerman versus
No, not Zimmerman. Zimmer.
Zimmer.
You know,
The
Keith.
man, the Zimmer.
Yeah, the Z-Man.
The Zimmerman, yeah. I got to turn you down a little bit because you're cracking it. All right. The nice thing is we're able to dial in 2 of these microphones this week and maybe 2 next week. Versus Van Williams, Radical Stars, LA Star. Radical Stars, LA Star. Okay, must be, okay. Radical Willie with OG Pops Sparrow. Boy, I don't know any of these people. I've been out of the business
I
too
only
long.
know Keith and Freak.
Then there's a 20-man Dick and Neil Karakoff Memorial Royal Rumble match. Winner will receive a trophy. There are 4 guys named TBA.
The quadruplets.
Yes. Wyndham James Winthrop III, Roadblock, Chad McCoy, Mal Havoc.
Him I know.
Brian Hardy, Kid Mike.
No.
Dog of War Rotmar.
I know him.
Yep. Sidney Porter, Taco Loco, Flandingo Martinez, Rob Sweet, Morgus the Maniac.
I know
which we
him.
Dewey Murray, we know. Tremor, Adrian Bliss,
Yep.
we know. Malcolm King, we know.
Yep.
Flex Phenom, we know. I think.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember who he is. I know him.
Yeah, from CCW, I believe.
Okay. And then the main event one is King Kalua with Lance Prophet versus the Patriot with Bok Bosa. Then there's an intermission, a huge raffle. Then there's a women's match. You didn't know this, did you? Rebecca Payne with Vital Idol Classy Mike Trash versus Autumn Breeze. I haven't seen these girls in forever. Then there's going to be a 4-way KQIW match. Rob Noxious versus Oxhog with Mad Russian versus Kindred Kaiman with Norman Frankenstein versus champion Sky Scarponi. Is it Scarponi? I guess it's Scarponi.
Sly Scarpone.
Okay, that too. And then there's a lumberjack match, the Jersey Devil versus J. Cole. And then there's another main event, which is James Ellsworth with Dylan Dean against Mr. Excellence Brandon Scott with John Rambo. So
It's going to be good.
yeah, I'm excited about it. And I'll get to work with the women again. Last time I worked with the women, I got my neck broke.
Well, maybe they'll do it again this time.
Oh man, that was horrible last time. So yeah, I took a bump that it broke, I think, my C4 and my C3.
Ugh.
So that was a horrible bump.
But yeah, the intermission, if you go to John Rambo's Facebook, he has a link to everything that's on the raffle too.
Yeah, I saw some things I want to bid on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you, that'll be cool.
And, you know, there's only a few ringside seats left. Let's see, it looks like there's a Ric Flair bobblehead.
Oh, that's cool. John Cena.
Is that a book? Yeah, it's a book that John Cena wrote. Elbow grease. Okay. Kurt Angle action figure. Oh, there's a Roku TV. Oh, Francine. Okay.
Probably should have put that up there so we can see it.
Is that Simon Diamond? No.
No, that's Shane Douglas.
That's it. I can't read the autograph.
Yep, there's the whole group of them.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 of them are dead.
Bam Bam Bigelow, Chris Candido.
Francine and Shane.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, there's a lot here.
There's a lot of people that that he's changed their lives too. He's
Tony Atlas, Brooklyn Brawler. And I believe I read somewhere that they're going to do a poster too with everybody that's there that's going to sign it.
That's cool.
So, I mean, it's to help
Go back
Rambo.
one. I want to see that belt. Is that the hardcore? The
I can't.
oh, it says Samu on it. Oh, no, Samu's non-alcohol. What Samu has an alcoholic? Oh, maybe it's
Samuel
Jackson.
Adams.
Samu has his own booze, you know.
Oh, he might.
He might, yeah. So it's going to be fun. If you want to see a good card and everything, you could check it out. It's
And for those of you that don't know, John Rambo had like a mini stroke, and he was clinically dead for like 8 minutes, had a heart attack, and so now he can't work. He applied for disability, was denied, so he's fighting that. He has no medical insurance. You know, he is really struggling, and he always put on good shows for the guys, let them train there, you know, at the House of Pain and everything.
he let me come down there anytime I wanted.
Exactly.
Even if there was nothing going on, I could come down to use the
Yeah.
ring and stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I can remember going to some of his shows without you because I took the girls and went down, and I also remember that was the first show that I went to with you, and I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay?
I told that story a couple times, how you came over after I took a nasty bump after it was down in Chambersburg, I think, and you're like, are you okay? Are you okay? I said, get away from me.
Yeah, Hagerstown, yep. Hey, I learned a lot.
No, it wasn't Hagerstown for that one. That
Oh,
was
I thought it
that
was.
was in Chambersburg. That was when I was basically I took a bump, and actually Rebel was in that match.
But yeah, I mean, he'd let me go down with the girls and, you know, just enjoy it.
It was fun. I loved that place, and
Yeah, his GoFundMe didn't net as much as what they thought he would. So it was, you know, if you enjoy wrestling and you can get to Allentown, get your tickets and, you know, go help him out. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
yeah, he's helped a lot of people out. He's given people a chance to
Oh yeah.
to work when, you know, like when I was when I went to him, I was just done with the company I was working for, and I co-owned a company, and my partner and I just went our separate ways, and he was mad at me, and he said, "You're never going to work in this town again," and he said, "You're done. I brought you in this business. I can make sure you stop." And he didn't. I made sure I kept going, and actually, I grew bigger than every member of his group because they all stayed local, and I went through 16 states.
Yep. And how many countries with that belt?
Oh, it's international. Did I mention I got my visa? Or I got my passport?
Yes.
I got my passport. I can go anywhere now. And actually, one of the things I applied for is in China.
Oh my goodness.
I would be out of this area for 6 months if I got that.
Poor Cheyenne wouldn't know who you are.
That's why I can't do it, because I can't go without her. I would
Unless
miss her
you
too
teach
much.
her commands in Chinese.
Oh, I'd miss her too much. I wouldn't be able to go that long. But we'll see. All right, next, let's stay on the topic of wrestling, because there was a pay-per-view this past weekend, and Sami Zayn was in the main event, and who would have thought that he would have been in the main event, because he really has never really been that caliber of person. Usually he was on the lower part of the card, and actually most people that may have seen him before he was in WWE probably saw him as El Generico. So that was his name in Ring of Honor, and it was a brutal match. They wrestled in Canada, which is where he's from, and Roman Reigns and him put on a brutal match. I mean, it was brutal. Sami Zayn, if you look at his back, he's got marks on his back.
Oh.
He's got marks. He had a mark on his chest where he cut open his, like, from here to there. He was cut open, and it was a brutal match. And it actually, I would tell you that
He was cut open that night, or was
that night. That was from that night.
Oh my goodness!
I would tell you that was probably the best match of the night.
Wow.
And that's saying a lot because they had a lot of good matches that night. So, if you're into wrestling, that was, you wouldn't expect from him, but he's always been a good worker, but he's never been that elevated. And, as much as he deserves to be elevated, oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
He was beat the living daylights out of, and so anyone that wants to know, is wrestling real?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, there is a lot to say about what he went through. He put on probably the match of his life. So, regardless of what you think of him, he really deserved to get in that main event. So, look for the replay. If you have Peacock, you can watch it on demand. You will see that he worked his butt off. They both worked their butt off. Roman Reigns, congratulations on it. You made him look like a superstar. And he would have, he deserved it. He works hard anyway. But nobody took him seriously up until this point.
Right.
And now people see him as a much more of a player than ever. So I think it was a good job from Roman Reigns to make him look so good, and it was a good job for him to make Roman Reigns look so good. So they both won in that battle. I want to make sure there's no more wrestling stuff that I have to talk about, because I want to do all that stuff at once. Yeah, okay. Richard Gere. I almost called to have a switch on one of my guys. Well, you know about Richard Gere, right?
No.
You don't know about Richard Gere. Maybe I shouldn't tell you. Richard Gere has pneumonia, and he's in Mexico, and he is very, very sick. So Richard Gere, his wife shares an update after he was hospitalized with pneumonia in Mexico. He's hurting.
That Mexican flu will get you every time.
Well, not really sure what the deal is as far as, but he was vacationing with his family, and he got pneumonia. So, hey, he could play Biden.
Yeah.
Couldn't he? He looks like Biden if he wants to.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I would say it could be good, it could be bad. But, it's he fell ill with his wife Alejandra and their family to celebrate her 40th birthday. So he got himself a girl that's more than 20 years younger. So, 73-year-old actor, so, 23 years. No, 33 years. 33 years younger.
Wow.
What if you could be more adventurous? Because you're saving...
Or 43. Oh, man. That's freaking insane when you think about it. Well, I guess I can close that. All right, get back to this. So, on. That's not what I wanted. I lost Richard Gere. Oh, we lost Richard Gere. He's gone.
You killed him.
Nobody had him. Okay, here we are. Now we're, okay. Let me try this again. There we go. Did I say, I don't think I got, did I get to the?
I know you were talking about it, but did you?
I get to the, there we go. That's what I was looking for. I was trying to get to there. Now this is going to go again. It's going to start being obnoxious. Okay. So anyway, I was thinking of making him a quick last-minute pick because, you never know what's going to happen.
Especially when you're up there in that age.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I did this right. Or if I think I did it right. Okay. Anyway, he says here was hospitalized overnight with pneumonia while vacationing with his family in Mexico. And it says here, 73-year-old actor fell ill while on a trip this week with his wife to celebrate her 40th birthday. So that would have made him 33 when he met her, or when he met her.
when she was born.
Yeah. So he's 33 years. Man, that means when you were 33, your wife was just being born.
Your future wife.
Yes. So says prior to going on vacation, he developed a bad cough that worsened while he was in Mexico. So.
Wait a minute. What's?
What?
Uh-oh. It's closer. As Jimmy Carter ends medical treatment, what it means to enter hospice care.
Damn it. I want half her points for that because she stole it from me. You know, I'm going to make a new rule next year.
Get it cleared with the board first.
I'll get it cleared with the board. So the new rule I'm thinking is you can, for the new season, you can opt to keep everyone on your list the prior year.
Okay.
Or you can keep just select people off the top. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to keep 1, 3, 5, and 10. I can keep those. You have to make your decision before the whole thing starts.
Right.
And then you can throw the rest out. But you get to keep your people the previous year. So you can keep all of the ones from the previous year.
Well, you can do that if they don't pick them before you.
But then again, it does kind of make it more interesting when they can pick your people. So I don't know. I'm teetering on that. I haven't decided what's a better way to do it.
Maybe limit the number you can keep from the prior year. Like if you're, say,
you can keep
only,
half.
2.
Nah, half would be good. Why 2?
Because it makes it more interesting. Because you decide which ones you really want to keep.
I'm going to work on it. There's something I'll propose to the board, and I haven't decided. But I still like the scoring system better.
Yeah.
Because then you won't have ties, and you could theoretically lose with more hits.
And it's interesting that you come up with all this after I beat your butt.
Oh, you beat me really bad last year. I didn't have any hits at all. See, that's the best time.
And I only had 3.
And she had 2.
Uh-huh.
See, the way it works is she could have won with 2
That's
versus
true.
with 3. That's what made me think about it. Was I thought, how cool would it be?
You don't want me to win. That's it.
No. I'm glad you won. But because I had won a couple years in a row. So, but if I got to lose, I got to come up with something new to make it interesting. Hey, it's much more interesting if the one year we couldn't catch up with you. Well, was it last year we couldn't catch up with you? But I mean, it would have been interesting to see you lose with 3 versus somebody who had 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then it goes back to the younger people being worth more. So I just think that adds to the fun of it. Okay. You didn't watch this show, but I like this show. And if you wanted to watch a show that was kind of neat, it was Schitt's Creek. Now they're coming up with an idea for a movie for Schitt's Creek, which would be actually kind of funny because you'd have to like Schitt's Creek to really enjoy this announcement. But if they come up with a movie for Schitt's Creek, I think I would pay to see that movie because I like the series.
Would you watch it with or without a paddle?
I would probably have a paddle.
Okay.
I don't want to be caught up without Schitt's Creek, without a paddle. But it would be interesting to see how they do the show's basically about the family that was real wealthy, and he got caught in some kind of scam or some kind of illegal thing, and he lost everything he owned to the government. So he was no longer rich. He had nothing left. And nothing is meaning nothing. And so they had to move to find it. They lost their house. They lost everything. And they're a wealthy couple or a wealthy family. And they end up going to this dinky town called Schitt's Creek. And they have to try to figure out how they're going to survive. And they're living in a motel. It's a really bad premise. But it was really a good show. It was worth it. I liked it. I watched I think there were 6 seasons or 7 seasons. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't think the name just didn't attract me, because whenever I hear Schitt's Creek, the first thing I go to is up the creek without a paddle.
Well, that's the whole idea.
So.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah,
it's supposed to invoke an image, and it was a good show. I'd like to see it come out as a movie. I would dig that. So, all right, next. This is interesting. You didn't see Avatar.
I saw the first one.
Okay, this says here, James Cameron bests his own box office records as Avatar:
Wow.
The Way of the Water pulls ahead of Titanic as the third highest movie ever. That's a major accomplishment. You're talking about, I mean, this Avatar was so much better than the first one.
Okay.
And basically the premise is they got rid of all the military people that were trying to wipe them out, but now the one guy that was handicapped that became the Avatar became the Avatar full time for real.
Oh, wow.
Through whatever, I don't know what, I don't remember how, but he did. Anyway, so he is now living as the Avatar, and he has a family, and he has 2 kids, or 3 kids. 3 kids.
Okay.
Or 3, whatever they are. Anyway.
Mini robots.
Yeah, whatever. No, they are not.
Mini bots.
They are not mini bots. They are the real deal. Anyway, despite Marvel's, Disney Studios, Ant-Man and the Wasp soaking up global box office of $225 million to start, the sister studio, studio sister 20th Century Studios, James Cameron's sequel has made how much? How much do you think? And think high. To be the 5th largest movie ever.
I'm going to say 57 million.
$2.243 billion.
Wow.
Making
I'm
it the
way off.
third highest movie ever. Sending Titanic, which was the 3rd, down to 4th.
Oh.
Now, think how long ago Titanic came out.
30 years, isn't it?
Probably.
25, 30
well, I know
years.
it was with Pam when it came out because she made me watch it. So that movie came out 30 years ago, or 35, or whatever it was, and it did $2 billion.
1997.
Okay, that's about, yeah, that makes sense. So it took 30 years for now in dollars. Okay, that did 2.2 billion. This one did 2.25 billion. Okay, or 2.243 billion. So it topped it in basically 3 months.
Wow.
So now it's a different world. Who knows what those dollars would have been back in that 97? I don't know what that would have been worth in 97, but that's crazy. And it says, despite the fact that the former title has all the premium tickets, Avatar's Way of Running now stands at $2.243 billion, making it the 3rd highest movie ever. Sending Cameron's Titanic, which recently had a re-release, to a 4th at 2.242. So it's not a big change. I mean, it's really only 300 only 3 million more.
But 3 million's a lot.
3 million's a lot, considering they did it in about 2 months or 3 months maybe. So it was pretty cool. I liked Avatar too. It was, and they're gonna make they have 3 more they're gonna make, I think.
Oh, cool.
In the next couple of years, they're gonna make. I think in 2024 is the next one, and I think they're gonna make one a year or so after that. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So anyway, that would be a good. I would like to see. I'd like to see what they're going to do with it, because the Avatar went to water world this time. Last time they were on land.
Land.
Now they spent the whole thing in the water. That was really well done.
Did they see Aquaman in there?
They met with a bunch of Aquaman.
Oh, good.
And Aquawomen, and whales and whatever other creatures were on that. Well, whale-like creatures. So I really thought it was a good show, and I would encourage people to.
I have to go see that one.
To check it out, because it was definitely a good movie.
At least wait till I can watch it at home, because Michael was going to take me to a movie, and I just don't want to go out.
Why?
Not to see a movie. I don't know what it is. I guess working at a movie theater left a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, don't go to that one. Go to the good ones. Go
Yeah,
to the one
that's
with
true.
the recliners. You're not paying any more. You guys, you should have checked out the Movie Pass and see if that was a good deal. I was thinking of switching over, but I because it's supposed to be good for any theater versus just Regal. And I still have my Regal stuff, so I need to go out to a movie sometime this weekend anyway to make up. I don't think I did any movies. Well, I might have done it this month and not last month. Lately, I've been trying to get out, and I've just been busy. This weekend, I'm going to be on Zoom calls again.
Ooh.
So I might be able to make a movie after the Zoom calls. But, yeah. It's,
I'm glad you said Zoom calls because I'll talk to you about something after the show.
you're going to Zoom call me?
No.
Well, why not? You don't like to talk to
Well,
me?
I could, but no, I'll explain later.
Okay.
It's just you said Zoom calls and that clicked.
Okay. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to click. All right, here we go. Got to put this in here because by hand, because it isn't. Oh, what's this? Presidential police. Uh-oh, what's that?
Ooh.
Might have to check it out to see whatever it is. All right, let's see here.
Yeah, I was talking to my boss today. They wanted everybody to wear green because they wanted to do a picture for their employee wall. Well, I never got the email, so I didn't know anything about it. And I said, well, I couldn't have wore green anyway unless I had something else to change into. And she's like, why? And I was explaining to her, you know, how the studio's set up. And she says, you do what? And I'm like, yeah. I said, it just started out, you know, as just like a radio interview. I said, now we do video on Facebook Live and YouTube and, you know, and she's like, oh my gosh, she says, I never knew that about you. And I'm like, I guess there's a lot you don't know about me.
Okay, so apparently someone fell out of Air Force One.
Oh no.
And I think it would be Biden. Look at the bottom of the steps now. Watch.
Oh no.
Gonna play it.
Prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie. Ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programu TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na życie prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie, ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programu TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na życie prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie, ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programu TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na życie prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie, ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programu TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na życie prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie, ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programu TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na życie prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie, ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programu TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na
Yeah, as long as nobody sees me, I'm fine.
ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programem TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na życie prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie, ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programem TVN24 online i powiedziała wtedy, że gdyby on tylko mógł, gdyby tylko pozwalały na życie prezydenta Bidena w Kijowie, ja łączyłam się z Państwem z porannym programem TVN24 online.
Quiet on the set. Okay. All right. Here's another one that I might have to put on my, I shouldn't tell you this, on my list.
The deer?
Tom Sizemore, brain aneurysm.
Ooh.
His critical condition from Saving Private Ryan.
That's the other thing I wanted to look at.
What's that?
I just thought of somebody else, but I don't know if he's on here.
Well, this guy here is a possibility if anybody picks him up. So, not that I want to encourage anybody to do that, because, you know. All right, let's see. There we go. Anyway, he's in critical condition, and I know what it's like to have a stroke, but I don't know what it's like to have a brain aneurysm. It says here, Tom Sizemore's had a major health scare, and now actor is fighting for his life in the hospital. Tom was hanging out at his LA home around 2 a.m. Saturday when he suffered a brain aneurysm and collapsed into unconsciousness.
Wow.
So, Lago says someone found Tom quickly and called 911. EMS units responded and took him to a local hospital where he's listed in critical condition in the intensive care unit. So,
Well, see, I'm working on my list for next year already. And I didn't put him down.
Well, he may not be around then.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Well, the one I just put down, you know, he may not be here either, but I at least have him on the list for next year. That if he is, then...
Who is it? Is it somebody we talked about?
Not tonight, no.
You can tell me.
No, because you'll take him.
No, I won't. No, I'm not a stealer. I didn't steal anybody's stuff. Mine were all new. People were stealing from me.
Uh-huh. Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he's been on mine. I haven't had him picked, but I've kept thinking, I don't want to pick him because I like him.
I do too.
That makes it tough. Yeah.
But I've been reading where it says his condition's gotten worse.
Yeah, I feel for him. But, all right. Spoilers coming for the WWE Hall of Fame inductees.
Wow.
This is interesting. So, here are some of the spoilers who may be inducted. Not guaranteed to be inducted. These are people that might be inducted. There's a good chance that they may be inducted. Right now, there's no official announcements of them, so I can't say that it is official. But
this is how rumors get started.
Yes. Well, I didn't start this rumor because it's on. I have an actual. It's on the web, so it's got to be true. And it is funny how people don't realize. You know, before I get into this, I want to say something. Well, first off, it looks like we're having stream issues.
Oh.
I want to say something. It's funny because you've known me a long time.
Yes.
And you know what I've done.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you didn't know me,
okay,
and say I came up to you and said, "Oh, I'm a musician. I'm a radio show host. I'm a former wrestling personality.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I've worked 30 years in tech sales and all this stuff." Would you believe me?
Nope.
Neither would I, because I started looking at somebody was okay. I've been playing with the head of a scammer.
Oh.
And I started listing all the things that I did, and I thought, that really looks like I lie a lot. But I got proof of all of them. But I mean, I could see why people think that I'm not real. Because how many people are just in one of those things? Just playing in them. And not only did I play in a band, but I have an album out, and I have a label. You know, it's funny because you think about if I had one of those things, you would doubt me.
Yeah, because
like I'm a musician. Okay, you look at me. I'm a musician. I have an album. Oh yeah, okay, sure you do. And I have a label. Oh okay, right, sure.
Yeah, because somebody you would
iTunes.
think. Now, with me, I would look at that and say, okay, then why aren't you in a limo? Why don't you, all the paparazzi and all that? You know, I'd be like, yeah, right, sure.
Well, let me pull one of these up here. Well, this one, we can talk about her too. Let me talk about all the fun people that I've been talking to lately. We'll just take a side track here because I wanted to talk about these people anyway, so we'll talk about them now. Because I'll be since this is the celebrity section, I'll be the celebrity. Now, I'm not bragging that I'm better than everybody else. Just first off, to let that know. Okay, let's talk about her first.
Oh, peeps.
This is funny. This one's funny. I'm going to read this one to you because you'll find it very amusing when you hear what it's about. So this woman here, I wasn't going to accept her because she's from Istanbul, Turkey, but I did accept her anyway. She goes, "Hello, Mr. Trash. Thanks for accepting my friend request. There's an important conversation I need to have with you." And she called me and I wouldn't answer. She said, "Hello, Mr. Mike. How are you doing? I'm Mrs. Zira Erdogan.
Ergun.
From Istanbul, Turkey. How are you? And I said, good, how are you? Nice to meet you. And she said, you're welcome. I have a question for you. Is Trash your real name or Nick? I said, why wouldn't it be my name? Who in their right mind would change the name, choose Trash for their name? And I said, I would choose a cool name like Smith.
Oh.
Is that the only question you have? And she said, so sorry for the late response. I said, no problem. I just ran a checkup on a client profile. I said, cool, what kind of business? She said, I work in a bank. I said, okay. And then she sent a message, and I didn't have time to read it because she unsent it. But she changed it to whatever this is. She goes, thanks for accepting my friend request. I write to you with a language translator so we can communicate. I have been in search of someone with this with this first or last name, Trash. So when I saw your profile on Facebook, I decided to add you and write to you this message and see how we can best assist each other. I am Mrs. Zihra Erdogan, a bank officer here in Istanbul, Turkey, with Isbanksi. I don't know what that is. I believe it is the wish of God. I like that. The wish of God for me to come across you in this very short time, as I am having an important and urgent business discussion I wish to share with you, which I believe will interest and benefit you because it is connection with you, with your surname and nationality, and you're going to benefit from it. I said, okay. One late Mr. Adrian Trash, a citizen of our country who is in gold business, and he was an importer and exporter of both new and old cars, trucks, mainly from Germany, USA and Japan, has a fixed deposit in my bank in 2007 valued at $5.5 million.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that's $5.5 billion.
5,500,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, $5,500,000. That's our United States dollars. With the due date for this deposit was last year. That doesn't even make sense. It says it has a fixed deposit in 2007.
That's how you know it's a scam.
Anyway, Adrian Trash was among the death victims in April 30th COVID-19 2020 pandemic in Ankara province in Turkey. So the main reason I'm telling you this is because deposit private accounts and deposit the money. He was not married and had no children, no family, or no relation was found since the year of his death.
Well, wasn't that your Uncle Adrian?
My bank management team has no information about this yet, and they don't know about the account and his death. I knew about it because he was a very good friend of mine, and I am a business advisor. The only people who know about this right now are you and me. I said, I have no relatives in Turkey. I understand. Last week, my bank management had a meeting for bank verification exercise to note dormant and private private deposit accounts. And I knew this would happen, and that is why I've been looking for a means to handle this situation before my bank directors find out it, because if my bank directors happen to know that Adrian is dead and do not have any heir, they will request the money to be shared among them, which I don't think, I don't want such to happen.
Oh my goodness.
That is why when I saw your name, I was happy. I am now seeking your cooperation to present you as next of kin heir to the account, since you have the same last name, the same nationality as Mr. Adrian, and my bank headquarters will release the account to you through my authority.
Really? She really...
So, being the person I am, what do you think I said?
Sure, go ahead.
I said, I don't want the money.
Oh.
It isn't mine. Thank you, but I am an honest person, and it wouldn't be right.
Oh.
She goes, I shall perfect all legal documents in your names to make you the beneficiary to the funds. There's no risk involved. The transaction will be executed under the legitimate arrangement that will protect you from the breach of law. It is better that we claim the money than allowing the bank directors to share it amongst themselves. I am not a greedy person, so I am suggesting that we share the funds 50-50. She's not a greedy person, but she wants half.
Yeah.
Half of my $5.5 million. And then I'd have to pay a tax on that, which would be, 40%.
Yeah, no.
So I wouldn't have anything left. Anyway, I don't believe that I would even get that far. Let me know your opinion on this, and please do treat this information as confidential, and do not respond to this here on Facebook for security purposes. Keep and treat as a top secret to avoid intruders. I said, no, thank you. She goes, the money is not mine either. I just can't allow the boards to take the whole money of my friend. I said, that would be their karma to deal with. I don't want it on mine. The transaction should be done legitimately because of my position with the bank and the General Director of Auditing Department, Isbankus. I said, I'm not interested. Mr. Trash, I really understand your plight and thoughts on this. To be candid and truthful about this, have ever longed for this life opportunity to have waited for a long time to meet someone with the name. I said, I have worked for everything I have. I don't want anything that is not mine. And then she said, this things happen in our time of work as banker. I see we have our other
our other co-host.
In case you have thoughts on this, you can mail me and we can proceed. So she gave me her email, which happens to be a Gmail account. So it's just funny. But for those of you playing at home, she is wrecking my curtain over there. But anyway, that was one that I had. And then I had another one from, I think this was the one. Yeah, here we go. So here's the other one I got. Gerald Adamson. He said, how are you? I said, good, you? He said, it's great to hear from you. Things are good. Thank you. With all that's going on, I feel blessed. Not complaining too much. We have stayed well and taking note to enjoy its blessings. Yes, life truly is a blessing. I said, LOL, I am with you. He said, how is everything doing? I said, what's going on here? I said, it's pretty much the same. That's pretty much the same question as before. How are you doing? Because the scammers like to ask, how are you doing? And then they'll say, how is everybody doing?
Yeah.
Then they'll say, how is your family doing? How is your day doing? It's like, those are all the same questions. You should change your script because it sounds stupid. Anyway, my regards to everyone and take good care of yourself. I said, you too. I said, I have so much to be thankful for. Have you heard or been notified about the recent news going on lately? Now you know you're in a scam.
Yep.
Because that's always how it starts.
Yep.
I said, I'm very happy with my life too. It says, it's all about FFP program. Have you heard about the federal funding program? No. They are government grant program. Now, they are government grant program. So you know the English is not very good.
Hey, sweet girl.
They are helping the aged, retired, disabled, divorced, widowed, old, deaf, homeless, working, and non-working in the community. I said, cool.
Well, they didn't leave anybody out, so they're helping everybody.
I said, cool. And then he goes, I got the sum of $200,000 from the offer and have already got my grant check delivered to me, FedEx delivery team. So I thought I would see if you'd gotten yours from them. I think you should probably contact the claiming agent in charge. Stop making so much noise. Keep it away from your microphone. So you should contact their claiming agent in charge to see if you can be eligible. I said, I see. No, I didn't. And so he sent me Agent Scott Hammond, and I said, thanks, but I won't be contacting him. Here's the official page. Send him a message that you want to apply for the program. His name, Scott Harmon, I think he forgot to say his name is. Anyway, I said, I'm not interested. It's real and legitimate program, and you don't have to pay back because it's
That's
not
how,
a loan.
That's how you know it definitely is a scam. And it's real and legitimate.
Well, first off, to say that I got $200,000 and I don't have to pay it back, no. What is she doing?
I don't know. I think she's caught.
What are you doing, puppy dog? All right. Anyway, you can text him right now and keep me posted. I can put you through. On how I receive my package as well. Like I said, I'm not interested. You can share it with those who need it. You can also benefit from the program. I just don't know why you aren't interested. I don't need it. Someone else can use it. He said, why? Because it's a scam, and you said you got it, so you're a scammer too. And I posted the link that said that it's a scam. He said, this is not it. This is a COVID grant. I said, the government doesn't just give money away. Sorry, I don't believe it. It's a scam, and you are a scammer. Then I posted the consumer protection thing that said that that's a scam. Said, don't mix it up. It's a scam. You're a scammer. The government do give money away, but few receive it. The government does not give free money. You should be ashamed of yourself for scamming people. The people work hard for their money. Who told you that? And you scam them by trying to give their money to you. I'm not stupid. The government doesn't give money away out like you're saying. I applied for a program and my winning money was delivered to me. LOL. You don't even speak like an American. How can you sleep at night knowing that you're cheating and stealing from people? It's a special kind of lowlife that would prey on poor people, and that was the last thing. I wonder if his account's still active. Let's see if it's still active.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's still active. So.
Oh, I've seen that picture before too.
Well, he's a scammer.
Yeah.
So just to let you know. And I figured he was because he didn't have very many friends. He had 64 friends. And if you look at the dates, December 2022, December 2022, and the same picture, whenever they post the same picture over and over again. So, it's just kind of sad that people are out there scamming people.
Oh, yeah. Well, like that one that I got for Keith, this one lady contacted me, said, is this available? I'm like, yeah. She put another person in there. She brought a third person into the group. That person says, I'm very interested. What's your payment method? And I'm like, please contact Keith. And I listed his number for more information. It's his mobile home. I'm just helping him list it. She goes, okay, shoot me your number. I call/text you. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking right there, I knew because I had already given her Keith's number. But I put Keith's number in again. She goes, okay, I got your Facebook post for my safety. Can I send 6 digits number to make sure you're real? And I'm like, no. Why? It's a Google True People verification process, so can I send it? I'm like, because I've told you who to contact.
Right.
She goes, if you don't mind, can I send you 6 digits number to make sure you are real owner? Oh. Messenger is not safe by anything. And then I put in the screenshot of what I found out.
You know what she wanted, right?
Yeah.
You know what that 6-digit number was?
Yeah, she wanted access to my phone.
No.
What?
Okay, so basically, so let me show you.
Because this says...
Let me show you. Basically, in your profile, look in your profile. I won't put it up here. Look in your profile. I want to show you something. And everybody should pay attention to what I'm talking about. Go to your profile in Facebook. And this is very big and very important that you know this.
Okay, let me go to this.
Okay, here's what happened. Now go to your profile page. Now go to your info on your profile page. And this is dangerous because this is how they steal your stuff. So go to About. And in About, you'll have different information about you. But look at your email is in here somewhere. It's probably details. It might be. Okay. So this email or this email, whichever one of those is the one you use to sign in.
Right.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
If they make that, you want to change that so that only you can see that.
Yeah, no one else can see that
Well,
anyway.
they apparently have it already. Okay?
Oh, okay.
What they did was you'll see what will happen is they are going to send you a code, quote unquote. What they're going to do is they're going to go to your account and say, I lost my password. And it's going to send you a 6-digit code or 8-digit code. And they're going to ask you for that code, and they're going to put it in. They'll get into your account.
Yeah, no.
So that's why you got to make sure that these aren't both hidden, are they? Are they both locked down?
Yeah.
Are they? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well,
this one says the Google authentication process prompts the scammer to prove that they own the number by entering a 6-digit code sent to the victim's phone.
Well, you got an Apple phone.
The scammer tricks the victim into sharing the verification code, then uses this to prove they have access to the victim's U.S. number. Okay.
Interesting.
And I was
didn't
like,
know about that. That's
she
kind of
goes,
interesting.
it's not a scam. That digits just prove you are not a bot, and it's just for my safety. I'm like, call the phone number I gave you, and it will prove it's not a scam. And then that's when I blocked her.
Oh, what's that?
What?
What's that coin there?
What, this?
Yeah. You got a
From
chip.
work? Yeah. I have 2 of them. One's on my backpack.
That's a gambling coin. Well,
yeah,
it's
that
not.
says
It has
post-acute medical on it.
Okay, so now here's another one right here. She's oh, I didn't mean to accept that. Shoot, damn it. Freaking A. She's a scammer too. I didn't accept her because I haven't figured out if she's a scammer, which scam she does, but I believe she's a scammer. She, I didn't want to accept her, darn it. Oh, well, this one, okay. This is one I didn't want to accept because she's probably, because look, you see these pictures, like she gets all kinds of guys that say, oh, he looks so hot, and then she gets them to send her money.
Yeah, no, we don't need that.
And then there's, she's going to hit me up now that I hit the button wrong. Then I had another scammer. Let's see, who else do I have? I had another one that, oh, maybe that's it for them. Oh, maybe it's this one. Sorry, this one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is another one. It says, how are you doing today? Good. I'm doing good. Can I get to know much more about you? Now, when you said, if you wanted to know more about me, you wouldn't say much more. Can I get to know much more about you? Okay. So I know instantly that she's not American. She goes, what do you want to know? I'm a single lady. I've never been married, from Washington, but I'm from Erie. But I'm in Erie, PA right now with a sick mom and a kid. I own a kid of 4 years of age. I own a kid. What's your location and marital status? Now she knows I'm already in PA. She already knows I'm in PA.
Read the profile.
So I said, as my profile says, I'm from Dauphin, PA, and widowed. And she goes, so sorry for the loss of your wife. Do you have kids? I said, no. Do you live alone? How old are you? What are your likes and dislikes? I'm a positive person. I like TV, movies, music, and beaches. Then she sent me these pictures of her at the beach, or her wearing. Can I see your pictures? I said, nice for the beach. Do you live alone? And when did you lost your wife? I have a bunch on my profile, 2014. Then she goes, okay, checking them. You look handsome. Now, first off, a girl this age would not be interested in me. I'm sorry. A girl in her 20s or whatever doesn't want a guy like me in my 30s.
Right. I'm just checking to see if your nose is growing, Pinocchio.
And it says, I said, she says, you look handsome. I said, thank you. Do you smoke? No. What are your likes in a lady? I hate smoke. Same here, honey. You drink? Local and near my age is what I say. I always say I'm looking for someone local and near my age, because that wipes her out total. She's not local. She's not near my age. I don't really understand. Then she called me and I didn't answer. It says, same here. I'm in my 40s. There's no way that this girl is in her 40s. There's just no way that she's in her 40s. Let's take a look at her. She looks like
she's in her 20s.
Yeah, take a look at that. That is not a girl in her 40s.
Unless she had a lot of plastic surgery.
And by the way, lives in Washington, D.C. From Fresno. Studied in Davenport, Iowa. I don't think any of that stuff becomes true. And it's funny how these pictures, I'm telling you, that if that was the real woman that said that I looked handsome, I wouldn't buy it. I just wouldn't. A girl, and besides,
She's telling you the truth.
I should say, I'm sorry, but you don't dress the way I prefer. I prefer women to cover up. I just like having fun with these guys because I just don't like that they scam other people, so I waste their time. Okay, so she goes, I'm in my 40s, and personally I like the type that believed age, distance, or tribes are never a barrier in a relationship.
Tribes?
Tribes.
Like Indian?
Yeah, I guess. What matter most is building up the trust, love, and commitment. I said, that's cool. How do you celebrate your last vacation? Did you celebrate your last vacation?
What vacation?
Did you celebrate any vacations?
Maybe.
Did you celebrate your vacations?
Yeah.
Or did you just take your vacation?
Well, I took my vacation.
Did you celebrate it though? When you came back?
Yeah.
You celebrated?
That I actually went on a vacation.
Yeah. Oh well.
But that was before my aunt died.
How's it been living a single life? I said, haven't been on a vacation. Haven't had a vacation. She goes, okay. And she tried calling me again. How do you celebrate your last birthday? I said, I didn't celebrate. It's overrated. Do you drive?
No.
Ask me anything you wish to know about me. I was trying to call you on video call, but you didn't pick up. Most people in my life, most people in the USA drive. You may be able to drive and don't have a car. I said, I have driven since I was 15. And then, now this is the best one. I said, I drove since I'm 15. She goes, I was younger when I started driving. I started driving when I was 12. Oh, yeah, okay, sure you did. Can we video call? I said, no. She said, okay.
I don't do that stuff.
Yeah, and that was the last thing
I just said, I'm at work. I have confidential information.
Yeah. But I mean, all these girls are all these people, I should say people, just basically, they harass me about, want to take money for my Uncle Adrian,
Well, it's just like the one episode that Richard Belzer did of SVU, where he was pretending to be a 12-year-old girl to catch a pedophile.
Well, didn't we do was it last week or the week before we did? Oh, we may not have done that because we ran out of time.
What's that?
I had a guy that
yeah
that tried to do that on one of my stories, and he got arrested for that. I mean, these people, they're sick because they're. I mean, geez, those are worse than the scammers.
You really don't know who you're talking to.
Those are the worst. Those are worse than the scammers. Anyway, let's go back to the Hall of Fame. So right now they're talking about the Hall of Fame being. It says, okay, so after Vince McMahon retired last year, there was speculation that he could be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He might be inducted. I think he will be inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he should be. He owns a company.
Well, he deserves it. I mean, if there's anybody that deserves it, he deserves it because he revolutionized the wrestling game.
Okay.
But they're talking about Batista.
Ooh.
That would be awesome to have him in there, especially since he's really stepped up his acting game lately. Did you see? You didn't see it.
Not yet.
Because you didn't go to the movies. Because I don't go to the movies because I used to work for a movie place for 2 weeks or whatever it was.
It was enough to get about 3 paychecks.
I think you should get your pass and start going. So anyway, so if we see Batista as the one guy, that would be really cool. Also, the Great Muta will be inducted. Probably will be inducted. And the ring announcer Lillian Garcia.
Oh, she would be good.
She would be good. Those are the three that they talk that are speculating that should be will probably be in it. So is Connie in the chat room?
That's what I asked, and he said no, but she's watching.
Oh, okay. Hi, Connie. All right, so that's the end of that. I took a real long turn on that one. Okay, Earl David Reed.
Yes.
David Earl Reed. Whichever.
Earl David.
Is it Earl David? I don't know. I always flip them around. He's going to be in York, and he's going to be in Anvil.
Nice.
So I'm probably going to try to see him one of those times because I really enjoy his stuff. And so basically, here is Earl David Reed, or David Earl Reed, or whichever one.
Earl David.
Yeah, I always said it backwards. Anyway, he says he's going to be in Annville on April 1st.
Yeah, it's an April Fool's joke. You watch.
I love him. He is so good. He cracks me up. I loved seeing him. What was it? January, in the middle of January, we saw him.
I'd like to go see him.
He is fun. I just love him. I would probably go see him if I'm not doing anything that weekend. I have to check to see what my schedule is going to be. And then he's going to be in York, I think. Is it York? The Strand Theater. Is that where
yeah.
Penn and Teller were? Okay.
Well, that's also where we saw Rich Guzzi.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And he's in town this weekend.
I know.
Where's it at? May 20th. Now, I don't think I may not be able to go see him on that one because I might be in Florida. So, yeah, I would probably, if I can, I'll go to that one. I'll probably go to see Rich Guzzi if I can get out of my my Zoom meeting in time. I would like to see Rich Guzzi. I haven't seen him in a while. So, anyway, those are the local stuff that I want to check out.
Yeah, I do. I want to take Michael to see Rich Guzzi.
He hasn't seen him yet?
Nope.
Oh, I think he would love him. He's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He's awesome. He's coming down to Lancaster.
Yeah, he's doing Lancaster. He's doing Lancaster this weekend, but I already have tickets to a hockey game. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to try to go down there this weekend because I wouldn't mind seeing him again. So we'll see. I don't know what time I'm going to be done with my thing, so it's hard to say. But yeah, it'd be cool to see him.
Let's
okay.
see, which is his other one?
Whose other one? Which does he?
Find me on tour.
Should probably bring it up so that I can. Oh, I could put it. Wait a minute. I could put you up there. Wait a minute. Don't do anything else.
Hold on, because then I got to open this.
Well, give me. Oh yeah, you got to open that thing. That's why it didn't show.
Yeah, he's in Lancaster. Well, he's in York Friday.
Did you open it?
It's going. Yeah, he's in York, the Appel Center for the Performing Arts on Friday. He's at Stitches Comedy Club on Saturday. So I could do the Friday one.
I could do the Friday one. Oh, here we go. There we go. Let's get you up on the screen here. All right, here we go. There he is. Okay, so which one? Where's he at?
He's in York at the Appel Center for the Performing Arts on Friday.
In York. Okay, I don't know where that is.
And then Lancaster, he's at Stitches Comedy Club.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday I know I can't do. But then I thought he was coming back later. Maybe, because he's usually in town twice a year.
Right, well usually it's in the spring and in the fall.
Yeah,
So
I thought it was before.
But you know, he might have gone to the comedy place out in...
Harrisburg in April.
In April.
That was the other one.
That's the one that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I'll probably go see him in the next... I might go this weekend, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going Friday night.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I got the hockey game Saturday, and...
Since when are you a hockey fan?
Since I got free tickets.
Okay. So you're a ticket slut is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I got so tired of getting tickets from D&H that I only got them for special things. And
Well, that's all I did.
Oh.
Because...
Why is your... Oh, okay. That's too many of us.
Yeah. One of me's enough.
I'll switch it back.
Yeah, because I have Harlem Globetrotter tickets.
Yep.
And
I had to get a hold of
Nigel
and see if he went back to work for him. He said he wasn't going to, but he might have.
And I also have tickets for Monday Night Raw that are coming.
Okay.
So.
That's cool.
Yep, because I think you and Christine are supposed to go to those two with me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't know that. All right. Next, let's see, what was the next thing? Oh, okay. So there's a movie coming out called Cocaine Bear.
My bear doesn't smoke cocaine.
This is a really strange movie. What the idea is that a a cocaine trafficker is being tracked by the DA, not the DA. What is it? The FDA.
The FDA, yeah.
And so he ditches his cocaine out the window of the plane, and a bear finds it and kills people. That was the idea of the movie. Now, here's the funny thing. Things are sometimes stranger than you would realize. It happened.
What?
This is a real story. This is a true story. Now, the story itself is not true. The idea of the story is true. So it actually happened where there was a cocaine smuggler who jumped out of a plane with bags of cocaine.
Oh my goodness.
His parachute didn't open, and he died.
Is that the little bear that's been running around in Steelton?
No.
Oh.
Anyway, so the guy died, and a bear found this cocaine.
Wow.
And actually, that bear did not go crazy. That bear just kind of...
My bear goes crazy.
Kind of got happy. A happy bear. But the story on the cocaine bear is that he goes and kills people. So that's the story for the movie. But in reality, in 1985, a lone parachutist fell to his death in Knoxville, Tennessee. He was wearing a parachute, which failed to deploy, along with several bags, including one stuffed with about 35 kilograms of cocaine. The man, a smuggler named Andrew Thornton, had bailed out of a plane after a drug run to Colombia. Several more containers of cocaine that fell out of the plane landed in northern Georgia, where a black bear came upon them. The story inspired the movie Cocaine Bear, which is set to release February 24th. It's set to release this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to go see that, but now I forgot that
Guzzy
was coming in town. The dark comedy thriller depicts a 400-pound bear's cocaine-fueled rampage that involves an oddball group of cops, criminals, and tourists and teens converging on Georgia Forest. Ugh. Here are a few things to know about Cocaine Bear and the bizarre but true story that inspired it. Who's in the Cocaine Bear movie? Well, it's got some good people in it. It's directed by Elizabeth Banks, who did Charlie's Angels and Perfect Pitch 2. It includes Kerry Russell from The Americans, Margot Martindale, The Americans, Ray Liotta, who just died.
Yeah.
Has Alden
Ehrenreich
from Solo, a Star Wars story. O'Shea Jackson, which is
straight out of Compton.
Yeah, he's Ice Cube's son.
Okay.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson from Modern Family. Christopher from Game of Thrones. And anyway, it also has in it what's his name? I can't think of his name. From Jackass.
Oh.
The guy from what's his name? Can't think of his name. Anyway.
It says read more about the cast and crew.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but he's one of the main guys in. I should pull it up. I forget his name. Oh, I can't believe I forgot his name.
See, that's the reason I'm going to a hockey game this weekend, is for my bear, because I'm going to see the Hershey Bears.
Let's see, looking here for the cast. Here we go. Roy, can't think of his name. He's with Jackass. I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of his name? Who's in that movie? He must not have
a very big role.
Yeah, I thought he had a major role in it, but what's the guy's name? Full cast and crew. Now I'll get it. He had a big portion of that, but I guess not. Maybe he's in the crew. Maybe he's no. Shoot. Why can't I find him? Maybe he's not in it. Jeez, that would be... the main guy. Yeah, I can't think of his name. I can't believe it. Well, that just showed it just brought the show to a screeching halt. What's his name? Wait, I know I could do. I could put. Johnny Knoxville is who I was thinking of.
Okay.
So I thought Johnny Knoxville was in it. There he is. Okay. I'll look at his profile and just see if it, look at his Wikipedia and see if he's listed in there. Oh, his name is really Philip John Clapp. So let's see if he's listed in this one. Cocaine Bear. Let's see. No, he's not. Why did I think he was in Cocaine Bear?
Unless he has a very small part.
Well, he was still listed in his Wikipedia. I guess he's not in it. Darn, I thought for sure he was in it. I don't know why I read that. I thought I read that, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Anyway, Cocaine Bear is going to be an interesting movie, I think.
Oh wait, it
What?
It did say that. Hold on.
Where?
Hold on.
Was I right?
I just saw it here, but this is what pisses me off about this computer.
Just hit your Alt. No, hit your Alt.
No, I don't want to print. From Cocaine Bear tells a wild story, and Knoxville plays a role.
Oh, Knoxville, as in the city of Knoxville, probably.
Well, let me see. Maybe.
That could be what I caught.
Yeah.
That's probably what I thought. That's why I thought Johnny Knoxville
Yeah.
was in it. It's because it's in Knoxville, Tennessee. Knoxville, Tennessee. Anyway, all right, that makes sense now. Now I understand why I was confused. Our chat room is really
So,
quiet.
Cirillo, make plans to go see Rich Guzzi Friday night.
All right, now, next. Oh, okay, here's a story on our favorite director, or favorite whatever he is. So
He's not my favorite, because
he's
you
not
are.
He's not my favorite either. Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
DA drops gun enhancement charge against Alex Baldwin, so now he's not going to go to jail. So
Good.
Looks like. Well, I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know. It's still kind of weird that whole situation's so strange that, oh wow, we're really cranking. I got to get this thing moving because we haven't even watched any of my videos yet.
Yeah.
Guess I got to watch. Well, this is the last one I have on entertainment, so we'll watch my videos next. It's a shame nobody's there. Of course,
Cirillo's there.
well, of course, if Connie's watching on the outside, there could be other people watching on the outside too. Let's see here. All right. So they dropped his. The good thing for him is they dropped the thing that could be problematic for him going to jail. He's not going to be going to jail now. He's just going to be fined all kinds of money. And he's still making the movie, as far as I know.
Good.
So it says the Santa Fe District Attorney's Office announced Monday it was dropping the gun enhancement charge, a crime that could have carried a 5-year sentence if convicted. Baldwin still faces a charge of involuntary manslaughter for shooting. However, the crime would carry a lesser sentence of 18 months if convicted. The charge was also dropped against the armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, who faces the same involuntary manslaughter charge as Baldwin. In order to avoid further litigation, Mr. Baldwin and his attorneys, the district attorney and the special prosecutor, have removed the firearm enhancement. So he's going to get something. It's probably going to be fined a lot. But yeah, it's a shame because that woman died. I mean, it's not. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I do like that. Well, I mean, he didn't do it on purpose, but he did do it illegally, I guess is the best way to put it. So, all right, now I can show you some videos if you're interested. I figured you'd be interested in it. I've been busy. I've got a lot of videos. I actually have another one from this past weekend. All right, this is the one I tried to show last week. It's called High Functioning. It's kind of funny. So you have to be able to hear it, though. Have your, oh, you do have yours on. Okay.
I'm Classy Mike Trash, and I'm reading for the part of Keith.
Scene 1. Keith and Renee approach Hausner and Daphne.
You brought a date!
Nice to meet you.
We're the parents. Boo! I'm Keith. She's Renee. I'm gay. She's...
Keith is my friend.
Plutonic partner. BFF.
We've never been intimate, although God knows did he want to be.
You called me. I was curious. Well, they put my sperm in a plastic tube. Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, reading as Keith. This is scene 2.
Daphne runs up to Keith. He has a girlfriend.
Who?
My date. He has a boyfriend, and I had a weird dream about him from pain meds, and I thought he might like me again, but...
You're in pain, sweetie.
Yes, Father. Who is supposed to know things about me? I have chronic pain.
Honey, I'm sure that's not the reason he doesn't like you.
What?
I'm just saying, I'd date you.
Ooh, Dad!
Here you go.
$8?
Just be yourself. Classy Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm playing the part of Keith.
Scene 3, Renee's kitchen. Daphne enters. Keith has poured coffee, and he looks up. Hi!
Hey, you look comfortable. Does that mean you feel better or worse?
Just trying out a new look.
Want a banana?
No thanks.
Don't do this.
Do what?
Come on, Daph. Don't ruin this for her. She's gonna go...
And you're gonna have to deal with it.
You're so like her. You're a schemer. You didn't get that from me.
What are you gonna do, buy me off?
She doesn't like playing a mom.
You're telling me.
I mean, she doesn't like playing moms, okay? This sitcom is a good opportunity. It pays for your apartment. BT dubs, it's a mom's part. She turned 60 this year.
I know.
And in this play, she's a sexy, important woman, not some crone from Nick at Night. You have your whole life, all your dreams ahead of you. This is for her. Well, at least stay for brunch.
End scene.
So that was the first one. Now we got, I'm going to save this one. This is the political one I did. It's called, I don't know what it's called.
Ooh, it went black behind us.
Oh, well, I didn't let it, it goes, I didn't play the rest of it.
That would be good for Halloween.
See, it did that.
Oh.
See, I did all these fancy things now that I've got I'll tell you a little bit more about so I've got a new editor. It's called DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
And they use that in Hollywood for movies. This thing is so complicated. It took me everything I could do to just do it, but I'm getting better at it because there's all kinds of things you can do. And if you buy the paid version, you can have even more, but I haven't figured out how to do half the stuff.
Well, just the way you had that before there, that would be good for Halloween.
What's that?
Where it was black and just a little bit of orange.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, this one is a political one. It's called, it's a John Smith thing. So.
Hey, I'm Mike Trash from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm reading for the political number 3. Yo, it's another election year. You've got politicians running around making promises, kissing babies. We've got record high crime. There's trash in the streets. Our schools may not even open. City Hall has enough politicians. We need action. That's why I'm voting for John Smith. He's got labor with him, the community, real people. Because he's keeping it real. He gets results. John Smith for mayor.
Did you hear that John Fetterman checked himself into the hospital, into the mental ward?
No. I thought he had a heart attack or something.
He did. He got out, but he checked himself back in the mental ward for his depression.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so we did that one. Now I'll give you, this is, no, I'm going to say that. I'll say that one for last. This one was me as Brad. Or no, I was Tom. I was Tom in this.
I saw Oscar.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, reading for the part of Tom.
Tom and Lisa are frantically moving through the house, locking the doors. Hurry up! I am really scared.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
Tom is locking a window.
Is that it?
I think so.
Christ, Tom, what was that all about?
I don't know, but it was terrifying.
Call the police again.
Lisa dials 911. No one is answering. Tom is really agitated. Lisa is looking around the curtains out the dining room window at the street while she's calling. Tom is in the den checking the windows again. Can I get you anything?
Water would be nice. I need to take my pills.
They're still not answering, and I don't see her anywhere.
I don't see her either. That was one scary sight. On second thought, would you bring me a soda instead?
Sure. Yeah, I think I'll have one too.
See, I learned to do that.
Tom's phone rings.
What the hell's going on?
Dad, are you and Mom all right?
Brad, what's the matter? Where are you?
I'm at the hospital.
Hospital? Are you okay?
I'm good.
Son, have you seen the TV? The hospital is the last place you want.
I know, it's crazy here.
Why the hell are you at the hospital?
Lisa stands up and walks over to the window with Tom and listens. Brad is on the speakerphone. Lock all your doors and windows and pull your shades.
We did. Everything's locked up. What the hell's happening out there? Our neighbor Mary is,
I can't explain that right now. Have you or Mom drank water from the faucet since you've been home?
What kind of question?
Don't. Just answer me. Have you or Mom drank water from the faucet?
No, we just had soda. Why?
Okay, good. Do not drink water from the faucet and don't use the ice.
You gonna tell me why?
Just trust me. There's something terrible going on in this town, and they think it's coming from the water supply.
Jesus. Is that what happened to Mary Thompson?
End scene.
He hung up on
me. Now, this one's the best one out of the three, or four, or whatever number I did. This one is one for J.G. Wentworth, and that's a
must be a bear, deer or something outside because I hear Cheyenne barking.
No, she's having a nightmare.
Oh.
Cheyenne.
These bills are killing us.
I got an idea. Let's just throw them away.
No, they're just going to send them to us next month.
Look, I know things are piling up.
You have got to figure out a way to get us out of debt.
Hold on a minute. Get rid of moi? I thought you were in this for the long haul.
Bob lost his job. We can't keep this up.
Now that's just negative talk. I'm sure there's another credit card out there with your name on it.
I think it's time we call J.G. Wentworth. They specialize in helping people with our situation.
I have faith in you. You'll figure it out, even if it takes years and years and more years after that.
And what are we going to do about these bills?
Let's just call them Williams for now. It'll be our little thing.
J.G. Wentworth.
It was funny.
Oh my goodness.
That's my favorite one. So I think.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for the wolf head.
I figured you weren't. we were trying to figure something because they said I could be creative and could do whatever I wanted with it. So they gave me the script and I could do whatever I wanted. And I thought I was going to do that, and I was going to do one with the monkey. And then I recorded the monkey, and I thought I had a deadline. I had to really figure out how I was going to get it all done. So I just did I just gave them the werewolf. You didn't expect that, did you?
No. But that's the best you've ever looked.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was fun. I got a couple more I got to do. But the fun thing is having someone that can read the other parts, because she was 3 different parts in that one. And
Woulda.
Woulda.
That must be the Voldemort.
Yeah, that's it. So, I just thought it was fun.
Well, I know somebody that says draw.
Yeah, my dad used to say that. Yeah. And it's funny. All right, so now we're on the main show. We'll have enough. Looks like we'll have enough time to do it all.
That's one thing I miss about my dad is he'd always say breakfast.
This is exciting, and I never thought in our lives that we would see this. So, fifth person to be cured of HIV. That's exciting because when I was in the hospital in 1982, 83, something like that, they kept. That's back when it was new, when HIV was new. They kept like testing me for HIV, and I said, "Well, I don't think you're looking in the right place here because I haven't even had sex yet." And they were like, "Let's see, I got to get that back up here."
Well, do you know that they supposedly did this with stem cell treatment?
Yes, that's what this article is.
And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
And knowing that you've had stem cell treatment.
Yes, I have. And actually, my knees aren't that bad now. Good. I mean, they are still not 100%, but they're certainly better. They're certainly.
We haven't had a bad winter either. Yet. Knock on wood.
I have more problems with my back than I do with my knees right now. So I would say the stem cell. I'm pro stem cell everything because stem cells are the way that we cure things with our own body. So you're not putting something invasive in your body. You're not putting something that a pharmaceutical company put together.
Right.
You're curing yourself with your own body. So that's real important to me because we're using our own body to cure ourselves. So the fact that they're doing stem cells, that's awesome. It says here, researchers are announcing that a 53-year-old man in Germany has been cured of HIV, referred to as the Dusseldorf patient. To protect his privacy, the researcher said he is the 5th confirmed case of an HIV cure.
Wow.
So that's awesome. I mean, that was the biggest thing when we were back when you were in school and when I was playing in a band and stuff. Like everyone, the big thing was HIV, and everybody was afraid of it. Nobody knew anything about it, so they kept taking blood from me and asking me questions. And it's like, no, I haven't had sex. I haven't had sex with a woman or a man or a dog or a frog or anything. I said, I'm. But the nice thing is, I love the fact that they finally. It took them 40 years to find a cure, but think about this. Magic Johnson's had HIV since the 90s.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything from him? No. He had the cure a long time ago. He had a lot of money too, and somehow,
wow.
He's still alive and kicking. So I would imagine he either has done this or has funded a lot of the money to get it done.
Well, according to this, it says he still has no detectable virus in his body, even after stopping his HIV medication 4 years ago. That is awesome.
That's a great thing. That made me feel like there's actually research.
So now we just have to find doctors around here that will do stem cell treatments on people.
Well, there aren't too many.
No.
There's one doctor in this area that I know of that, when I was looking for a doctor for my knees, there's one doctor that is authorized to do stem cell replacement here.
Wow.
And now that's since 2018 or whatever. So I'm sure there's several now. But this is a funny one. Texas business is now under fire for now hiring non-stupid people sign. I saw this and I was laughing when I saw this because I saw this on
non-stupid people.
Yes, so I wouldn't qualify, so I couldn't apply for this, but I thought it was really funny because they're getting all kinds of negativity given to them because they want to hire non-stupid people.
The question on the application: are you a stupid person?
And if you answer no, then you probably are. But yeah, I thought that was funny. It just, and I think I forget what the company. The company is shoot. I gotta look again. I can't look. I gotta.
It was in Pasadena, Texas. I
I
saw
know, but
that
I
before you
forget
moved
what
it.
they were hiring. Forget what they were hiring for.
No, you moved too fast because I was looking.
All right, well, let's look. I forget what they did, but Pets Gone Wild
Okay.
Resort. So, yeah, I mean, people come in the place, they work for a day and then decide they can't do it. And that's a stupid person. You either can or can't do it, and don't waste everybody's time, you know? It's like, I cracked up when I read this. I thought, oh, this will be a good story. So, yeah, there's a sign. Now hiring non-stupid people. They couldn't hire me because I'm pretty much in that stupid category. So there it is. There's your place. Pets Gone Wild.
Aw, that looks like a cute puppy, but not
Yeah.
as cute as mine.
So it's really kind of funny. But like what he said was the pet care owner said previous staff were unmotivated, often paying closer attention to their cell phones than the pets they were paid to look after.
Oh.
Repeatedly, get your cell phone. Get off your cell phone. You've got dogs to watch. Okay, put the cell phone up. Go back out there. 20 minutes later, she's back on their cell phone. And person said, at least be as smart as I am. So that would be fun. The dogs look like they have fun.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to work at a place like that. That wouldn't be work to me. That would be fun. So I love dogs.
Yeah, and apparently you're not the only one that never suspected me, or I should say never thought that I'd be a person to have a dog.
Oh, yeah? Who's the other one?
Lady I work with.
Why?
She just never took me as a dog person.
I just, figured
And
that-
you've known me longer than she has.
Well, I just kind of figured you cheating on Cheyenne like that would
I am not cheating on Cheyenne. There's enough room in my heart for both of them.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I do. Plus I've got Toby and I had Dozer. Yeah, there's room in that small heart of mine.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there is.
I miss Buddy, though.
Oh, yeah.
He was a great dog. He really helped me through a lot of really tough times. All right, we got... Oh, here's this I thought was really bizarre. Says a 13-year-old was arrested. Now, what do you think the 13-year-old did?
I'm afraid to even find out.
The 13-year-old in Lakeland was arrested for using a bullhorn during a protest. 13-year-old. Like, protest, all she did was... And you know what the protest was?
Over homework.
No. Actually, I would be proud of this girl. She protested over she was protesting about the decision nullifying Roe versus Wade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So for a kid 13 to understand what that is,
yeah,
that really surprised me that they would have actually been involved in that instead of playing with Barbies or video games or whatever. She actually took a stand on it. And that's that. Whether or not you believe in Roe v. Wade, it's the idea that the kid actually knew what it was and understood it and wanted to be part of it. So, but she got arrested because she used a bullhorn. Not because she was in the protest, but because she used a bullhorn. That I thought was stupid, but it was charged with violating the city ordinance that forbids using a device to amplify one's voice.
that's not as stupid as that one article I sent you.
Which one?
Florida.
When did you send it?
I think today.
Oh, I didn't add it then, because I didn't add any today.
Let me look for...
I saw that you sent me something, but let me get that if we run short, I can pull that up. But yeah, I saw you sent me something.
Yeah, it was this afternoon. There was two that I sent you this afternoon.
I was working on music, so I didn't really see it. This is sad. There, in 3 days, have been 10 mass shootings, more than 50 victims in the worst weekend of 2023. That's
locally?
No, this
Oh.
is across the country.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's still, it's It's like this
9 in
is
Georgia.
February, and we've had
6 in Mississippi, 11 in Memphis. Ugh.
But I mean, this is all just this weekend.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I remember a couple years ago, it was like every weekend somebody was getting killed, and but that one was really sad because you're talking about, Chicago, 6 people were shot on an expressway, 5 people were shot near a parade in New Orleans, 11 people in Memphis, 6 people were killed in Mississippi town, 9 children were shot at a Georgia gas station. That's just half the reported mass shooting violence over the weekend. There were 10 mass shootings from February 17th through February 19th. The most of any weekend so far this year. That's just insane. It's insane.
I mean, people may think we're overpopulated, but that's not the way to get rid of them.
No, it's not a population thing. It's an insanity thing. It's like no wonder people don't want to go out. That makes me worried. Fortunately, it's not in our area necessarily, but
no, we've had shootings around here.
I was just gonna say we've had a few, but none that bad.
No,
we haven't had any mass shootings. We aren't gonna make it in the record book for most shot in a weekend or whatever. This one is really interesting. Woman flees gas station after allegedly being held captive for nearly a year.
Wow.
So she met this guy, and she became enamored with him a little and started dating the guy. Well, then the guy took over her life, and she couldn't get away from him. And
so he kept her in the bathroom?
Kept her in weird places. No, she escaped. Let me get
she went to the gas station.
She went to the gas station bathroom, but she did. Hold on, I want to read this to you because it's really interesting. But it scares me because, I mean, I don't want to say that. Well, maybe I do want to say women are too trusting sometimes. A woman successfully plotted her escape from a man accused of kidnapping her, fleeing to a New Jersey gas station earlier this month after authorities said she was held hostage and subject to various forms of abuse in multiple states over the course of the year. The woman, whose name has not been released, broke free February 7th. The New Jersey Attorney General's office said in a news release, police arrested 57-year-old James Perillo Jr. shortly after. He faces several criminal charges, including kidnapping, strangulation, aggravated assault, criminal restraint, and is being detained awaiting for a trial. Perillo is accused of abducting a woman at some point February 2022 when the two met at a gas station alongside the interstate highway in New Mexico. Citing court documents, the Attorney General's office said the woman told authorities that Perillo had introduced himself using an alias, Brett Parker, and requested that she drive him to Arizona, which she did. They allegedly entered into a voluntary relationship that lasted about 1 month before the woman says Perillo physically assaulted her for the first time.
Perillo, not to be confused with Cirillo.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking. The woman told law enforcement that at the time of the first alleged assault, she was unable to leave the relationship. Perillo allegedly confiscated the woman's phone and debit cards, which he used, and isolated her from her family. So the defendant allegedly held the woman against her will for nearly a year while traveling with her throughout the country before ending up in New Jersey, where she was able to escape. We're reaching out to law enforcement across jurisdictions to identify other people who might have additional information on the defendant. Authorities believe that through December, Perillo said the woman arrived in New Jersey, where they, for a time, stayed at a rented residence in Bass River Township, according to the Attorney General's office. The woman escaped after being held in a rented space, a room in a larger residence where others lived, for about 2 weeks. Who says she fled Perillo in the midst of a violent physical assault. And Perillo began beating and choking her during the argument inside the residence where they shared with other individuals. Perillo allegedly ceased assaulting the woman when he realized the two were not alone in the house, and she ran from the house with nothing on but shorts and a t-shirt in 42-degree weather. The woman told authorities that she had noticed a deadbolt on the interior side of the entrance to the door to the gas station near Bass River on the previous day. After escaping Perillo, the Attorney General's office said she ran into the gas station, locked the door, and told the attendant that she had been kidnapped for approximately a year. Security footage shows Perillo following the woman to the gas station and attempting to open the entrance door before realizing it was locked and leaving the premises. The gas station attendant called in a report to the New Jersey State Police, and officers apprehended Perillo later that day.
Wow.
He's also charged with hindering apprehension, obstruction, and refusing to provide a DNA sample. So,
wow.
Yeah, you women got to be careful.
Well, I'm
There's
glad she got away.
Lots of people out there that are like this, and it scares me that that people get caught in these situations and they can't get out of them. It was simple enough when she entered into it, in the beginning, but when she broke up with him a month after, you would have thought that would have been the end, but it was not. So, that's kind of scary.
Wow.
It could happen to any of you.
But at least she got away and she's
did.
safe.
She was smart enough. But a lot of women still stay in relationships that are abusive like that and don't take the initiative to get out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, how many times, like the Ohio girl, remember the Ohio girl? She took the initiative when she found out, when she was locked in the basement and all that stuff. And that's kind of scary that those things actually happen, and it's not just the movies.
No, that's true. Well, I know both of my past marriages were abusive, and I just, the first one I walked out, the second one he did, but, I learned a lot from them.
Well, you definitely gotta be smart about things and don't let.
And I'm glad that she was aware that, the gas station had a deadbolt that she could get to. And,
Christine said, you have to realize the situation of the individual woman and what she was able to tolerate or taught to tolerate. Sometimes you cannot escape. They've been brainwashed. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, some people think that they can't do any better. Some people think that they're stuck in that situation. Some people think it's okay to be in that situation. Some people think they have nothing better. But
there's always
this
better.
Woman here is going to make a mint, because they're going to make a movie on that.
Oh, yeah.
And that would be a great movie. That I would love to see a movie about that, to find out what all she went through. But it's sad that people have to go through that, and it yes, it does happen to men. There are men that don't know how they can get out of a situation. Maybe like the situation I was in '95. The woman, she was living in my house, and her two kids, and the thing that actually finally made me snap was when she said on Christmas Eve, "I'm going to make sure you spend Christmas in jail," and tried to get me to hit her, and I wouldn't hit her. I just closed the door and kept the door closed and sat up against the door so she couldn't get in, because I wasn't going to go to jail. Forget that. And that was what made me finally decide to end the relationship, because when it gets to that point, there's no saving it.
Right.
And I would have lost in that situation. If she even had a mark on her, I would have lost. They would have taken me away out of my house and put me in jail because of her word, even though I had never touched her. And that was the thing that told me, once you determine that a person is like that, that is the scariest thing you can have, knowing that a woman could take you and put you in jail for not doing anything but her word.
Well, you just noticed roast chicken wings.
Well, fortunately I don't do that. So, all right, mother calls in. This is bizarre. So this one, this is the abusive section of the show. Mother calls Judge garbage as she's sentenced for shooting her 6-year-old son dead. So she was in the midst of a what do you call it when you have possession? She she got granted possession of her child.
Custody.
Custody, that's the word I wanted. And she killed her kid. She killed her kid with a shotgun. With a shotgun. Man, how much could you... I can't fathom it. And she says she didn't do it, but the proof is there. I mean, it's obvious she did it. And she gave the... Well, I mean, if you're going to go to jail, what difference does it make if you flip them the bird or not? But she flipped the bird to the judge, and she's sentenced to life. She says, "I'm innocent. F you all. You're garbage. That is all, Your Honor." And she flipped her the bird, and well, that doesn't help your case.
No.
And you're going to jail, and you're without the possibility of, if I was told I was not going to get the possibility of parole, I would do that too.
I mean, I have a friend that's going through a custody issue now with his soon-to-be ex-wife, and she's doing everything she can to get him to, do something bad with the girls. Well, she was the one that... Now, these girls are only like, I want to say 4 and 6 or 3 and 5. And the oldest one went up and said to her dad, "Look, Aunt so-and-so's hitting me, and Aunt so-and-so has already been involved with children and youth. And, the mother's not giving the daughter, her medication for her seizures because it's not natural." And I said to my friend, I said, "You've got to protect those girls. Get them out of there, It's not fair to them." And for a 5-year-old or 6-year-old to say something to the police, they're like, they don't make this up.
Yeah.
They can't.
She was detained and charged with first and second degree murder after the death of her son, Eli, in May of last year. She had been granted full custody of the child 10 days previously after splitting with her father. And
wow.
And it said, prosecutors said that Taylor used the shotgun to shoot Eli 9 times. 9 times.
No, that
what
just
the
no. That's not right.
Yeah, it's just insane. Just insane.
Oh, mental disease or defect.
It just doesn't. I mean, I can't even imagine the sadness of it. That it just is sad. I don't know, but I don't know. I think of that kid and that poor kid. He's probably better off being dead with parents like that anyway. But oh man, it's just sad. But anyway, next one. Okay.
She should have turned it on herself if she had to reload.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, you should always do the murder-suicide. You should do the suicide first.
Yeah.
And then do the murder.
Yeah, you're right.
After you kill yourself, go ahead and kill the other person.
Yep.
I wish that would have happened with Rebel.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And I just, man.
I still can't. That just completely blows my mind away.
Yeah. Let me see what we got here. I just want to make sure.
I'm actually starting to be able to listen to some of his songs that he used for entrance music and not freak out. Mm. But it's still hard.
Here's one. So, you got to think, you always think that the law is honorable. The law should be doing the right thing, right?
Right.
Well, here's a case where it didn't happen. A federal monitor raped a Miami woman on house arrest.
Whoa.
He didn't count what she saved. What do you think? What do you think?
A federal monitor raped a woman.
She was on house arrest. She couldn't leave the house.
Yeah.
So what did he do?
He went to her house to do like a check. Oh my goodness.
That's exactly what he did. So
she probably had videotape set up.
You got it, because he had done it before. He was doing it on a regular basis, and he would just say,
couldn't go anywhere.
No, he was stuck. She was stuck, and had to live by the rules, and this guy would come in there and he would rape her, and there's nothing she could do. And who would believe the victim?
And there's no, anybody can put cameras up in their own home.
That's exactly right. And the thing is, he wasn't smart enough to think about that. It says a Miami woman serving part of her federal prison sentence on house arrest didn't have any choice when the man assigned to monitor her for the FBI, or for the Federal Bureau of Prisons, wanted sexual favors. As the court document stated, she was under Benito Montes de Oca Cruz Custodio Supervisory Disciplinary Authority. So she submitted to Cruz's wishes, but also she told the police enforcement that what happened and provided evidence. When law enforcement went to the video and DNA she brought to them, Cruz was exposed. Cruz pleaded guilty in Miami federal court to one count of abusive sexual contact. He's scheduled to be sentenced April 14th.
Wow.
So on December 28th, 2020, Cruz worked as a site supervisor for Riverside House, which was contracted to do home confinement supervision for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. The woman was spending the last 5 months of her 4-year, 3-month sentence on house arrest. Cruz's guilty plea said the site supervisor assigned to visit the woman's home to determine her compliance with terms of her home confinement was under custodial, supervisory, and disciplinary action of Cruz. During December 28th, Cruz admitted he touched her breasts, genitals, buttocks, made her get naked, then got on top of her. He made her masturbate him. When investigators spoke with the woman, she told them what happened. She provided the result of the masturbation for DNA testing and 2 short videos. As for the DNA, the results said the same was 16 octillion times more likely if Cruz is a contributor than if unknown, unrelated person is a contributor. The video confirmed the woman's story. Cruz confessed to being the man in the video, and that's our history. Boy, that's really sad that a woman has to deal. I mean, okay, she did something wrong. She was paying her penance, and you know, and then had to deal with an idiot like that who went in and raped her.
Well, I know when Michael's mother died and we got permission to take Ashley out of state, you know, I filled the paperwork and stuff out and we sent it up to her probation officer, you know, and she did everything she was supposed to. She stayed with me. He had my number. If there was anything.
And her, you know, the thing about that was that's so
I know.
It really was unfair that they would put that on her because she didn't do anything.
No, but she didn't follow through either.
Well, I mean, still,
Yeah.
it's just, how many years has it been now?
Yeah,
it's been a couple years now.
Yeah, but it was still, you know, I had to keep an eye on her, keep her with me, you know, make sure she stayed out of trouble.
But I mean, she doesn't really, in general, get in. I mean, she's a good kid, and I feel for her. 9 times she had to reload. Oh, that's the lady from. Yeah, I can't understand that. I mean, I think someone should do that to her, and shoot her 9 times and let her live. Try to make sure she doesn't die, and keep her alive. That's the way I think they should do it to the woman who killed her son.
This was back in 2019.
What's that? Who?
Ashley.
Oh, okay. So that's, you know.
Yeah.
I just think that's crazy. And yet, her husband or boyfriend or whatever it was.
He's still married to her because
really?
She hasn't gotten her divorce papers from her attorney.
Why?
Apparently they haven't been filed, but I told her that she should go up to the Proprietary's office and take care of it.
Here's a good one. Heroin and crack dealer caught after police stop her for speeding.
Oh my goodness. She was probably keeping the cocaine from the bear.
Yeah, that could be it. She was saving everyone by taking the cocaine from the bear. She could have said that. I would have said, "Oh, it's not mine. I took it from a bear."
Yeah.
Why, here's the proof. You can go see this movie. Oh, man. I swear, people are just lunatics. So, I mean, if you have cocaine in your car, it would be a good idea not to be stopped by the police for speeding or anything. Oh, man. People are crazy. I don't get it. I can't. I mean, I've never been one that got in much trouble anyway, but I got in trouble one time with the law.
And the law won, huh?
And the law won. Yes, they did. They won big time. A drug dealer who sold crack cocaine, and heroin to fund her lavish lifestyle was caught by chance when police stopped her car for speeding. Danielle Stafford, 29, was arrested when officers smelled cannabis coming from her vehicle and then found a bag of drugs worth 1,308 pounds behind. So she's from England. Behind the driver's seat. They also found constantly pinging iPhone, which rang 30 calls and up to 20 drug-related messages immediately after the arrest. On the way to the station, Stafford was seen fidgeting with her jogging bottoms, and she asked if she was asked if she had any more drugs hidden. She pulled out a bag of crack cocaine valued at 2,800 pounds from her trousers, but told officers, "It's not mine. I don't know what it is." Then police searched Stafford's home in Coddington, East Yorkshire, and found 26,917 pounds in cash and drugs of a street value of 33,600 pounds. The haul included a glass jar filled with 270 wraps of crack cocaine worth 13,500 pounds and 205 wrappers of heroin valued at 4,100 pounds, hidden behind a bag of coal bricks in the Garden Coal Bunker. It also included several stashes of cannabis worth thousands of pounds, ecstasy tablets, and several bundles of banknotes in several places. She denied having anything to do with the majority of the haul, but admitted owning a stash of cannabis worth 370 pounds, some scales and food bags, 3 Louis Vuitton handbags, and 9 watches. She told police that a man from Liverpool had been staying with her on and off, claiming he had left drugs and cash at her home. Tell me they would have left that much drugs and cash at her home. So she's in major problems. But it amazes me that people like that are that stupid. Oh, man. I mean, oh, that girl. She's going to be she's going to regret having all those Louis Vuitton bags.
Mm-hmm.
She should have stuffed the drugs in the Louis Vuitton bags. Oh, man. Okay. Since I have a Tesla, everyone's sending me this. Everybody is sending me it. Everyone. So I want to explain something. Recalls are not a big deal. Recalls.
I just asked a simple question.
It does not. Well, first off, okay, so here, this is the article that I thought would be best to show what I'm about to say. So every time something happens with Tesla, who's the first person that gets asked?
You.
Me. I don't know why, because I have a Tesla, but it doesn't mean that I own a lot of those stock, but it doesn't mean I have control of things that they do right or wrong. So over 1 million Nissan, Tesla, and Ram vehicles were recalled. Okay, so we're not the only car company that are issues. And it's not an issue. It's not a big deal. I can tell you what the deal is, and then you can figure out whether or not. So anyway, over 1.1 million vehicles are among the latest car recalls, with Nissan, Tesla, and Ram each recalling hundreds of thousands of cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. So, Nissan, they're because the resin emblem on the driver's airbag may develop cracks and detach, which means if your airbag releases, you're going to get hit and probably injured by that thing.
The emblem.
So that's at least 500,000 cars, almost 500,000 cars. Okay, I'll skip this one till last because that's what everyone wants to know. Let's talk about the Ram vehicles. We'll go to the Ram vehicles next. the Ram vehicles, okay, certain vehicles, because the intake heater grid relays may be overheating and a risk of fire. Okay, so they got 306,000 vehicles that are affected. Okay. Now let's go to the problem. Okay, theirs could cause fire and kill you. So certain models of its full self-driving beta software are noting that it's unsafe around intersections, as the software may allow vehicles to exceed speed limits or travel through intersections at unlawful and unpredictable manner, increasing risk of crash. At least 362,000 vehicles. And yes, mine is on the list because I have a 2023 Model X. Now, what does this mean? Okay, the Nissan and the Ram, you have to take your car to the vehicle dealer. Mine, they download the update to my car. Now, first off, I did some research to figure out what the problem is. Now, first off, with the exceeding the speed limits and travel through unsafe intersections, there is a section on the software where you say how fast over the speed limit you can go.
Right.
So it's on you as the driver to make the decision as to whether or not, and as far as the other thing was, it saw certain, let's see, what did it see? The things that the car sees aren't exactly what is there. Okay.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, I laugh because when I drive down the street and there's vehicles parked on both sides, it looks like there's cars coming at you from all sides but there's nothing wrong. First off, if you're using this full self-driving correctly, you will not have an accident.
Okay.
Because you are always supposed to have one hand on the driver's steering wheel.
Right.
And you're supposed to be paying attention.
So the passenger steering wheel, you can just sit there and do whatever, right?
There is no passenger steering wheel.
Oh, well, the way you said it sounded like there was.
But you should always have your hand on the steering wheel.
Okay.
And I do.
Right.
And also on the newer ones, like mine, there's a camera facing you.
Okay.
And if you aren't watching the road, there will be something that tells you you need to watch the road. And if you don't watch the road, it'll scream at you, and at a certain point, you'll lose your full self-driving altogether.
Okay.
So mine is safer than most of them, and my earlier one didn't have full self-driving. It only had the autopilot, which was assisted driving. But I got yelled at a couple times for not for looking down too long or whatever. So there's a lot of safety checks on it. So it says the Tesla will be notifying affected owners by mail on April 15th. Now, I doubt that they'll do that. They'll just do an update over the air. Well,
that's why, I saw this and I thought of you and I thought, okay, I didn't know if this was something that you were aware of or that maybe you should be, but like you said, they can do an update to fix that.
They will do an update. Yeah, I won't have to take that into the dealer. So actually it says notifying the company will release over the air. And it says free of charge, meaning it will be done remotely and vehicles don't need to be taken. Good. Now, one thing I will tell you, I've been testing the full self-driving because I really am fascinated by the technology. When you buy a Tesla, you aren't buying a car. You're buying a computer, a very expensive computer. But the thing is, I wanted to see how much this works. And I've taken it, I've tested it in different parameters. I've taken it on the highway. I've taken it on the road, just the regular road. And I've taken it to national state parks where there are no lines on the road.
Okay.
And it drove.
Oh, nice.
Now, this software is really smart because it sees where you are and it figures where the road is and it will map out the best spot. Now, one thing that it did wrong, and I will admit to it doing wrong, was when I was on the state road and there aren't lines on the road, it did not see a stick that was sticking out onto the road, and I actually scratched my car and broke a little piece off. You can't even see it unless you're looking for it. but it still irritated me because it should have seen that and it should have moved over. So that was but you know, it's really cool. When driving up to Jen's brother's place, there's a road that you're going down, and the turn you got to make is like a V turn, and it made that turn correctly with a car in that lane. Wow. It made, and I kept my hand on the wheel the whole time because I was ready to pull it back if I had to, but it did it 100% correct.
Nice.
And I will tell you that it's not perfect yet, but that's why it's a beta, and it's still working on fixing all the little issues. That's what the beta's for.
Okay.
So I think that the Tesla, I think they're going to definitely be there, but they're not there yet. And I will tell you without lying that it truly is a very interesting technology. And one of the better technologies is that my car this time has, when I make a left turn or a right turn, I have that big computer screen. It puts a live video of my left or right, depending which way I'm turning, screen where it's, you know, the blind spot.
Okay.
You'll see it tonight.
Okay.
It puts on the screen the blind spot, so you can see who's driving up beside you and who isn't. And so you can, if you pull into a lane and there's somebody there, it's your own fault because it's showing on the screen exactly where it is.
Oh.
It's very, very cool. I love the fact that I now drive and I can see all lanes.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. So now the other thing was there was a fatality with a Tesla recently, and this was an interesting thing because apparently he was driving fast and he slammed into a fire truck. Now the question is, why did he do that? Because if you were running on autopilot, if you're running on full self-driving, it wouldn't have been going that fast because it surveys the people around you and it doesn't allow you to go that way. The car itself would have not reacted the way that it did when it ran into the fire truck. And if you were at like I can go higher than the normal speed, or higher than the posted speed, but if I had it on auto, the car is going to look all around me, and it's going to say I'm not going to go that fast. It's going to see all the traffic around me, and if it's dangerous, it's going to stop. It's not going to let me do that. So that's one nice thing about that car is that it really does prevent a lot of things. Now they want to know if it was on full self-driving. I can tell you it wasn't on full self-driving because it slammed into that truck. It would have, because that truck was, it would have seen the truck was stationary, and it wouldn't have allowed you to go that. It would have stopped. It would have slowed you down and stopped. So somebody was pushing the electric pedal as opposed to the gas pedal. And if the guy was drunk, again, it was not on full self-driving. The problem was human error. It was not computer error. So I'm curious as to what they find out when they actually have the information back as to whether or not it had full self-driving. I'm sure it didn't have full self-driving on. If it did have full self-driving, it was not on. So that would be interesting. That's going to be interesting to see what the answer is on that. But as far as I know, and as far as I can tell, let's see if they have an update on that. I'm kind of curious. I didn't look today. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see any updates on that. But I'm sure that it is not, we're going to find out that was not set on full self-driving. So, you know, the people that, it's like people that drink and drive thinking they can buy a Tesla because it has full self-driving.
Nope.
No, and it's not legal. If you get pulled over, you're still going to get a drunk driving ticket even if it's on full self-driving. They don't want you driving at all. They don't want you behind the wheel at all. So,
but how would they know if you're driving drunk if it is on self-driving?
well, because people that drive drunk and pass out,
Well, yeah, that I could see.
they get caught that way. And even if, that's really the basic way that they would get caught. So it's just really bizarre. But I guarantee you, there is a chance that I could be wrong, but there's very little chance that car was on full self-driving. It wouldn't have allowed him to drive that way. So,
Did your car see that deer?
well, the deer was out of the way by the time I got there.
Good.
That was part of our gambling, and I lost that night. I haven't won yet on that night on guess how many deer there are. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see. I gotta get picky now because we're running out of time.
Well, that one that I was talking about earlier that I said I sent you, it was, oh, wait a minute.
Well, here's another one that's interesting. 2 paramedics suspended after pronouncing an alive man dead.
Wow.
That's got to be a pretty embarrassing thing if you're a paramedic and you're pronouncing people dead that are still alive. And that, I think, didn't we have last week we had one too? This is a different one, I think. But it says 2 West Central paramedics were suspended after pronouncing a man dead, who was later found to be not dead. Uh-oh, where'd I go? What'd I do? Oh no, where'd it go? Oh no, I lost it. There it is. That's got to be embarrassing. You got to know the difference between dead people and alive people. And I would think that would be a problem.
Especially if you're a paramedic.
Yes, I would be very concerned about that. Says here 2 West Central paramedics were suspended after pronouncing a man dead who was later found to be still breathing. Oh boy. Yeah, not good job, huh?
Nope.
Responders pronounced the man dead shortly after their arrival. They left the area once deputies from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department arrived to investigate. It is Florida, so they get some kind of a pass on that. And then we've got.
Yeah, because that one I sent you had to do with Florida too.
Did it?
Yep.
What was the?
I sent it to you.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that one's kind of strange because
exactly.
I can't understand why that would be a big deal to them. Let me get that one up here since you brought it up. Come on. There we go. Like my dog loves she doesn't stick her whole head out. She just sticks her nose up to the window.
Yeah, that's the way Bear is.
But I've had dogs that stuck their whole head out.
And even now you see dogs riding with their head out.
And I don't care. They can ride without their head.
And I know with me, Bear loves to just be right here when I'm driving.
Well, that's dangerous.
And as long as he's calm and relaxed, I'm fine. The minute he starts scooching around, off he goes.
Here's the problem. When that happens quickly.
Yes.
And so I am anti that. I know that but when I picked up my sister's dog, Louis, when I drove him home, he was sitting on my lap the whole time. And he was moving around, and it was really difficult to deal with. But I couldn't say no to him because he was so cute. But,
well, that's kind of what like I said. As long as Bear is calm, I'm fine because I've got him with one hand. But the minute he starts, getting to where he's not settled down, off he goes because it's like, nope, I can't do this.
Yeah, new Florida bill would make it illegal to let a dog in a driver's lap or stick their head out of the window of a moving car. See, I don't understand why they are so concerned about sticking their head out the window. The bill also makes provisions to make it illegal to have a dog transported on a running board, hood, fender. What? Why would
Yeah.
on the running board, fender, hood, or roof of a motor vehicle. Okay, I understand that, and I agree with that.
As well as in a
As well as
trunk?
in the trunk or enclosed cargo space.
Really? Like you're going to put a
Okay.
dog in a trunk?
Yeah, well, I'm sure there are people that do.
Or being towed?
Well, you got to tow your dog. If he's too big.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't fit in the... Well, that's probably not a dog then. It's probably like a rhino. And it says here, the bill also states rules for cat owners, making a cat declawing illegal if it's not necessary for medical therapy. If a cat is declawed or partially declawed, the state would be able to fine the owner $1,000. That's crazy. I understand the dog stuff, but ooh, yeah, that's.
But like,
that's from East Hanover Township too. I mean, it says about.
Yeah, but if you read on down, it says the dogs can be in a crate in the back of a vehicle as long as he's got secure footing and all that. And I'm thinking, one as small as Bear, I would have to put him in a carrier or in a doggy car seat. And if you met my dog, unless I'm around, he wants no part of that. Now, he will lay on the floor. He does do that, but... And I even have one of those leashes. I have one for my car and one for Michael's that you can hook around the headrest of the passenger seat and clip him to it so that he can't go all over the place.
Yeah. That's crazy. And then there's this one here. A woman didn't get her fries at McDonald's. Says here, wait, oh, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. A man attempted to light woman on fire.
Is that cool?
Yeah. No, that's a Connecticut. Man attempted to light woman on fire, set Middletown house on fire.
Wow.
People are so crazy. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with somebody, I don't know, stay away from them.
Exactly.
You don't need to kill them because you're putting your own life at jeopardy. That's the thing. People don't seem to understand. You're putting your own life at jeopardy when you do those kind of things.
Not only that, you have neighbors around there, but still, take them to court.
Just move. Get out of them. Get away from them and let them have whatever they got and just go away. You can, there's certain things you can make more money in life.
Mm-hmm.
You can make more other things in life. The only thing you don't have more of is time.
And life.
Time. Well, that's time.
Yeah.
If you screw up, you've lost all of that time. If you're in jail for 20 years, you've lost that 20 years because you did something stupid. That's the thing. People don't seem to understand. All that time. That's just, I wouldn't want to, I don't know. I just think it's crazy. I want to do, I have so many good ones. I want to do the time sensitive ones. I can do that one. Oh, there's the McDonald's one. I wanted to do the McDonald's one. Amari Hendricks. Come on, pull up. She's just giving me a hard time. So the woman pulled out a gun at McDonald's employees over a cookie. Over a cookie. Yes, she did not. She says she didn't get a cookie, so she decided to, make it known that she didn't get her cookie the hard way, pulling a gun out. Again, a cookie worth maybe $2 if you spot. You're going to waste your life in jail over a cookie. I'm sorry, a cookie's not worth that much to me. It must be a really good cookie, but I can't imagine why I would sacrifice my life over a cookie.
Well, that's like when Michael and I ordered from Dairy Queen recently.
Well, that's different. That's different. It's Dairy Queen.
Yeah, but the thing was, we said we wanted 2 chicken strip baskets. He wanted ranch dressing with his. I wanted barbecue sauce with mine.
Okay. They're just packets, right? Or
yeah, they're supposed to be. He got the little container of ranch dressing for his, they charged me more because what they did was they put the barbecue sauce on mine and tossed it in it.
Oh, geez.
So mine were really, really barbecuey, which I didn't mind that, but I wanted to be able to control how much barbecue sauce I had on it.
All right. I'm going to save the rest for next week. I think that there's some good ones in here I don't want to forget. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you for watching the show as usual. And if not usual, thank you for watching the show the first time. And we'll talk to you next week. I hope this sounded better than last couple weeks. But anyway, I will talk to you later and see ya.